5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Good afternoon, everybody. We're back. Breaking news, apparently they've changed the format of today's game. We're going to have 4 45-minute halves. Fucking hell, never again. Welcome along to the Watchalong. It's ZTE, we've agreed on that one, versus Leicester City. Thank you very much for joining us if you are here already. Get your thoughts in the chat. It will go in the bottom corner there. You'll see them pop up. If you're watching on catch up, and some people do, then get your comments in the description below. And if you're listening via the YouTube podcast, still don't know how that works when you can watch it, but there we go. Thank you for lending me your ears. Well, first of all, good afternoon, Tom.
Good afternoon, mate. How are you keeping after last week's Lord of the Rings marathon session of a watch-along we had?
God, I don't watch Lord of the Rings for that reason.
I know, right?
So bloody long, but it was honestly, it was like having teeth pulled.
It was. I lost my voice pretty much for a day afterwards, so it shows you how extreme it was, Chris. I mean, probably a good thing for the world that I couldn't speak for 24 hours, actually, just shut up for a bit. But yeah, it definitely impacted my voice for a few days afterwards, going for so long.
Oh, it was just, and I must admit, I've looked back on other streams from other Leicester channels, and by the time you started the last one, we were all talking music, film, food, whatever, anything but football. Oh, mate, look, I look at this lineup and WTF.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got, please tell me we're not, well, let's just go through it. Zalaegerszeg, it's a 4-2-3-1, so it's pretty much what we're used to. Unfortunately, Leicester there have decided to put it up as this in number order. But then again, they've got Zalaegerszeg in goal. But you've got FaZe, Cody. I'm guessing. You make sense of that? Who's in the back four?
Yeah, it's going to be Hamza at right back, Luke Thomas at left back, FaZe and Cody in the middle. I've written it out in the order correctly here to try and make sense of it, Chris. So yeah, Hamza's going to be right back, surely.
Right. Yeah, I'm just looking here. Yeah, so you've got Zalaegerszeg in goal, Hamza. Well, they've got, on the Leicester City website, they've actually got Hamza on the left and Luke on the right. Please don't tell me that we're trying that. But they've then got Cody and FaZe. I mean, what the fucking hell is going on? You've then got your favourite two in midfield, Winks and Skip, which I'm not overly... I want to see how it happens. Then you've got McAteer on the left, El Canouse, and I'm guessing Monga on the right. Yeah. And but again, that could, I think they've got it back to front here. And everybody's favourite striker, we've got Dako up front. I mean, and you know what? Hi, Paul. How you doing, by the way? I could understand it to a point if we didn't have Andy King there. But Andy King's there. What the fuck has he told Cifuentes for him to put this out? Or is it a case, as I was saying, last chance saloon?
I think maybe it's half chance saloon a bit, isn't it, Chris? The problem is we're so close to the season now, and we still don't really know what the players coming in are going to be, what the players going out, because we're so far behind in this process, haven't we been the whole way through? So I think that makes it very difficult. So the manager's always going to pick a team today, which probably is going to raise a few question marks, irrelevant of who he picks, really. Because if he, say, for example, drops Skip for, say, Page in the middle, would that be a strong indication? I don't know, really, if he was, carry on with that way. But yeah, we're going to have to see how these guys get on today. In theory, we should be winning this game, and it should be quite a comfortable performance for a team of this quality, apparently. But we have been having 2 years of looking at these boys, wondering about the quality, haven't we?
Can I just rein in your... Hi, Wayne, by the way, how you doing? Can I just rein in your enthusiasm here? Do you remember a manager... ex-manager of Manchester United, won the FA Cup with them, who was then sacked, and Mr. Neil Haag. Do you remember him?
Yes, I remember.
Yes, we all remembered Eric Neil Haag. And he got the job replacing Xabi Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen.
He did.
They went over to Brazil to play a friendly. Oh, you've seen this, have you?
Go on, tell me.
They put out the not even was it Flamengo or something like that? Not even their strongest first team.
The under-20s. It wasn't their first team.
Exactly, and he got beaten 5-1. I guess they won the second half 1-0, or drew the second half, I should say, 1-1. Sorry. So let's not get too excited. But I suppose. What would we have said this time last year? I don't think we did a watch along for it when we saw, 2 years ago, when Vestergaard was in the starting lineups. And he went on to be our best defender that season. So maybe, look, we've got to say that the manager's got to give everybody a fair shot, I suppose. I mean, Wayne said there, Daka was smashing in some belters in training. Well, I mean, is it a confidence thing with Daka? Is Daka going to start? And I guess I've got to say we're probably going to see a different lineup in the second half, or virtually everybody changing. But is it a case of drawing a line and everybody's being given a clean slate to show what they can do?
I would imagine so. I'd imagine he's come in and had a look at the training this week and probably got an idea of, like you say, probably 2 11s over this 90 minutes just to see how the certain players play together and all the rest of it. But ultimately, our hands are kind of tied, Chris. I mean, it's all well and good saying we want to get rid of FaZe, we want to get rid of other players, but you need to have buyers as well, don't you? And like,
did you say get rid of Page then?
No, FaZe. Sorry. FaZe. Yeah, my apologies, mate. Yeah. So I think, it's all well and good, but we need to have buyers for these players. And I'm not hearing many clubs interested apart from maybe the Cody speculation that there was a few weeks ago. But I think that is a big part of it. We might still be stuck with them. So we're going to have to, in some ways, like you say, just give them a opportunity again to see what they can do today under a new manager. And maybe the new manager bounce, bringing in a bit of inspiration to a few individuals that need it, Chris. Hopefully that's the best we're going to see. But it is a bit uninspiring seeing this team today, really, isn't it?
I suppose, yes, it is. And when you talk about, because of course I used to have a job as a roofer. Did you know? I don't know if you know that. No. I was sacked. I was sacked for masturbating on somebody's roof. And I said to the guy, "Oh, come on!" I said, "That's not fair." I said, "Can't we just wipe the slate clean?"
Oh, Chris. Is it the seagulls outside your windows making you think of roofs? I can hear seagulls now and again in the background as your comedy.
Always. I've got a big seagull turd down my window and the cleaner's not due for a while. A window cleaner. Can I just say, everybody, Monday night, 9 o'clock, Talking Balls Late Night is back. That's the sort of thing you can expect. We'll start off talking football. Don't know if we'll end up. But yeah, look, all joking aside, and I apologise for that. But yeah, I just realised that I had actually put the line up below. I hadn't realised that. And I say 4-2-3-1. It's a new man, and I think we all probably thought Cifuentes is going to come in. Andy King's got a bit of a brain in his head. They're going to surely come up with a new exciting lineup. But it is still, we've still got, is it 3 friendlies after this? 2 more out in Austria way. and then obviously the Fiorentina one. I think it's the Fiorentina one that we'll be looking at and going, surely that's got to be his starting lineup because it's literally a week before the kickoff.
Yeah, you'd think so. I think that's the way he's probably going to build it from now. I mean, we're all quite excited, I think, by the manager himself that we've managed to, I think, luck out on a bit to get actually in the circumstances. Bear in mind, the money's not been a great situation for the club, and we've not really been proactive in getting one. So to end up with Marti might end up a bit of a accidental blessing in disguise. And I mean, I'll tell you what, Chris, if he can get Skip and Winks playing as a proper central midfield 2 today, after seeing this not work when we've tried it before, I'll say that's a hell of a lot of credit to him because I don't have a lot of faith in that happening. So, yeah, I'm intrigued to see anyway how this team does under this new manager.
Totally. Like I say, give everybody a fair chance. Jokers aside, it is a clean slate for everybody. The line's been drawn. Go out there, prove what you can do. Like I say, Vestergaard was on his way out, and my God, what did we do? Indeed, he wasn't playing very well. And, Enzo got a tune out of him in a different position. So let's see what can happen. And sometimes, look, last season, the players probably couldn't wait for the season to end. And it's like, when you're either at work or at school and a new teacher or a new boss comes in and suddenly you click with that new boss. And it's funny, but my best subject at school was history.
Okay.
Because I had a bond with the history teacher, and it was the same with maths. They were my top 2 subjects, believe it or not. And, I stayed in a lower group to stay with the same maths teacher because we got on well. And that's a big difference. And if I was to say, did we see many players actually come out and say, thanks, Rude, good luck in your new, whatever you do? No, we didn't. Not one, as far as I can remember.
No.
That kind of says something, doesn't it?
I think it does, mate. Yeah, I think it does. And we've seen this in other football clubs before. All of a sudden, the player that's been on the scrap heap and forgotten about or written off by the fan base, a new manager comes in and all of a sudden they could be the first name on the team sheet, couldn't they?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a similar situation to the Enzo appointment and going into that season in the Championship. It's a very similar one this year because we're going to have to play a similar way in order to really get as high at the table as we can. We might still have his incoming points deduction to consider as well, right? So I think it is going to be very much like that season, and we're going to cobble together what players we don't end up selling and then run with them and see how we go. So let's see today after a week, of him training them and getting some ideas into them. I'm hoping, mate, doing a bit more individual training with them and saying, you do this more and you do that more, which I don't think Rude was doing because there was a disconnect, like you say, between him and what was actually happening on the pitch. And I think that it just got really bad, didn't it? So hopefully we're going to see some of that today, mate. But yeah, it's still, once again, I must be honest, deep in my heart, still some of these lads I don't want to see here come, the first game of the season.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, if you could turn FaZe into, prime time, yeah, I mean, we live in hope. Michael says, hi, Chris and Tom, is that right? Does that mean Mads is gone? I just think Mads hasn't improved from his injury yet. He had that operation at the end of the season. I don't think he's ready to play again. And there's no point in risking him when you've got Zalaegerszeg in the lineup.
No, the only thing I would say quickly on that is we're apparently being linked with Begovic today, aren't we? As a new backup option coming in, who's obviously worked with Cifuentes. So the only thing I would say to that is I imagine it's probably more likely, guys, that he is going to be going. So because otherwise I don't think we'd be looking at a goalkeeper right now. What's the point? We've got 2 under contract.
We have, but let's say, for example, Zalaegerszeg was to get injured.
Yeah.
So Mads is out at the moment, stroke, possibly leaving. Zalaegerszeg gets injured. And he's not looked bad, but would I be confident in Bowser being our number 1 going into the into the Championship? No, and that's no disrespect to him. I haven't seen enough of him apart from the pre-season. So Zalaegerszeg, what am I saying? Benkovic coming in. Who was that guy we had during the Championship season from Chelsea?
Oh, what, goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Oh my word! In the Championship season, I've lost my.
No, when we won when we won the Premier League. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Mark Schwarzer, wasn't it?
Schwarzer.
Yeah.
How many games did he play? Very little.
Yeah, not many. 2 or 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, but when he came in, if he had have had to come in for Schmeichel, would we have felt confident? Yes.
Yeah,
I would have
experience.
done anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Again with Japokovic, remember him?
Yeah.
You know, literally, we paid out. Well, we didn't pay much for him, I don't think, but what we did pay was basically for his bum cheeks to warm benches. But it was an experience that he'd got that, you know, if he came in, he could do a half decent job. And I just don't think Bowser is necessarily ready to take that position. If we keep Mads, and then there's an argument about whether you start with Mads or start with Zalaegerszeg, I think Bowser would still be number 3. I think, you know, he's always that position for him.
I just find it interesting. I just find it interesting how it's a goalkeeper we're being linked to now over everything else. Chris, bear in mind we're looking. We need a striker. We probably need an attacking midfielder in case El Canusco. So it's interesting how goalkeeper is the first thing right now. So that does make me wonder.
In fairness, it's not, because I want to bring up also we've been linked to Dean Windass.
Oh yeah, his son. You mean Josh Windass? Yeah,
Dean Windass. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah,
I've been talking about him.
It's back to the Premier League days where we're getting blooming Les Ferdinand on a free transfer. Chris, get him in.
Yeah. But look, 14 goals last season. I think it was 5 assists or something. My only worry is he's 31. But coming in on a free, he won't be on an awful lot of money. No, no disrespect to Sheffield Wednesday, but he's left there because he wasn't getting paid. Let's see what Daka does. But, Ayew, Dakova Reed. I mean, like you say, I would keep Ayew out the 3 of them. So would you be? I mean, he's a 31-year-old, and obviously that's the thing. And I know Cifuentes prefers 25 and under. What would you feel about Josh Windass?
I'm quite 50-50 on it, really. I think the thing is that he's guaranteed that he's going to get a few goals in the Championship, so I think that's a good thing about it. But once again, it's that whole thing of it goes back into that category of what we were doing under Cooper, maybe going for a slightly older player. And I wonder if, bearing in mind El Canus and Hamads are the ones that we're being linked with departures because there's interest, if we need to still be scouting in different areas, Chris, and going for maybe something a bit younger as well alongside that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not too disappointed with it, mate, because we do need a number there ultimately. Like you're saying about Bowser being a goalkeeper backup, we need another number. So yeah, so I'm not too against Windass coming in. No,
I mean Ayew, I don't think will be a starter.
No,
I think he will be a last 15 minutes to hold things up and get free kicks and what have you. Apparently, Mads is still on his honeymoon. I didn't know he just got married, Stuart. There's news to you. Hi, Blue Fox from Canada. How you doing? I wouldn't be disappointed with him because I can look at him and go, if we were in the Premier League and we were signing him, I'm like, what the fuck? But the position we're in is we are really, really struggling.
Yes, we have taken out a loan though this week, haven't we? We've got through, so I do wonder if that's to just move the money around. A
Premier League earnings up until 2028. I mean, I don't know if anybody's noticed that, but we're not in the Premier League.
I think the club is gambling on getting us back up, Chris, or whatever comes next for the ownership. I really got a strong feeling that's what they're trying to do here. I think there is going to be a push to get this team back in the Premier League at the first attempt. And it's one of those, if you don't do it, it gets harder. Ask teams like West Brom.
Yeah. But then look at Leeds. I guess it kind of works both ways. But yeah, I've got to say, the fact that we haven't got money to spend, we need somebody up there. He knows this league.
Yeah.
14 goals, let's be honest with you. Not one of ours even got into double figures last season.
No.
I wouldn't be against it because, like I said, A, he wouldn't be on a lot of money. B, and he'd probably take a short contract, in fairness. And if we did get up to the Premier League, as the backup striker, because by then you've got Ayew and Dakova Reed. Well, Ayew would have gone because it's his last season this season. Dakova Reed's got another one left. Daka, if he's not performing, will go. So, who knows? Shop window, do you think, for some of these as well? Last chance saloon or shop window for some of them?
Yeah, I think so, possibly. I mean, I'm sure their agents are out there doing all the work. It's, nowadays the agents do all the work behind the scenes, really, don't they? And try and, call
Yeah.
people around. So I imagine, there's going to be a bit of that, Chris. But like I say, it's a bizarre one for me, how there's like still maybe question marks over maybe 10 players in this team for me right now. And that's quite a lot of the team. There's a lot of question marks over. So it is getting me a little bit worried now that we are, it's like I said before, behind in the process for my money, because we're going to get to the first game and we might get caught short at this rate. But, there we go.
I mean, when we just talk about Dean Windass, the journalist involved, and I forget who it is, it's quite a decent one. Who knows what he talked about? Oh, Tom Boggart. He has said, I've heard Derby County, Norwich City, Leicester City and Wrexham. If Wrexham are going in for him, that'd be a good move for him. He'd probably get more money at Wrexham. Yeah, that's the thing, when you look at, probably even at Norwich. I don't know about Derby so much, but
and there's an interesting rumour. I was going to say, there's an interesting rumour about Jamie Vardy perhaps maybe talking to Birmingham at the moment, Chris. I mean, how are we going to feel as a fan base if he does end up in the Championship somewhere else? Bear in mind, we need a striker. I mean, it's going to be divisive in the fan base, that one for me a little bit, isn't it?
I think that it would be a prerequisite of him signing that he doesn't play against us.
Yeah, I do wonder if but he's not getting many options by all accounts. I think there was meant to be something.
Honestly, I think he thought there'd be. I mean, Man United are linked with him, but as one of the ex-Man United players, I think it was Paul Scholes, was saying, "Is this how we've come?" No disrespect to Vardy, he said, but is this what we've come down to? A 30-plus striker, old striker, to be our main one. So look, it's rumour time, isn't it? It's rumour season at the moment. Yeah. I do want to bring this in because you may have noticed something about me today.
Yes, I have, Chris. You're looking very fetching, may I say. Matching everywhere, everyone. Look at this. The King of Style is hosting the show today.
What can I say? In fact, I've got to say, this isn't a Leicester hat. This is a Australia Gold Coast hat.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
I thought it might be your Pride hat, like I said earlier. I thought it might be for when you're out on the beach, Bournemouth, taking
just to kind of blend in.
Absolutely.
But yes, this now on the show last night with Locks, I did put a pink shirt up, which apparently the one I showed was the goalkeeper shirt. There's been a few options of it. This is the official one that we're going to be wearing. I have to say that I'm probably not going to buy the blue one because a blue one's just a version of the other blue ones, really. They're no different. I do like the rumoured second one, which is the black with the green flecks in it. That really does look nice.
Retro
and this one, with the two stripes under the badge, with the black badge, which they did on this one as well, I actually do like the look of it.
I do. I like a pink kit as well. I think when they're done well, they're really good, aren't they? So, no, I quite like the look of this kit. So I'm excited to see this today rather than the old training gear we've had on for every other game so far.
Yes, yeah.
So it's going to be good to see that kit.
Apparently, we were going to, by the time the friendlies are over, we will have seen all the new kits.
Yeah.
But I don't know when they're going on sale. But they will be on sale before the new season starts, which is something, I guess.
I guess the home one will be the Florentina game, won't it? It makes sense to debut it on the last home game and make a big sale day. Yeah.
I mean, normally, not so long ago, many years ago, of course, you'd be playing one of the last games of the last game of the season before in your new kit.
That's right. When you were an organised football club, Chris, I mean, we're going to do more of this on Monday night's show, aren't we? The John Rudkin way of running a football club, not to give away too many spoilers, but that's to get you a little bit warmed up for this 18-plus show we got coming Monday, guys, as well.
I've got to say, in fairness, it is going to be 18+. We are going to talk football in it, but there's a few things in there that I've got lined up, again, without giving too much away.
Nope.
If you watch Blue Tinted Glasses, Leicester, Late Night Leicester, whatever they call it, and I've been on there a couple of times with Luke. It did descend into a full-blown argument. I thought I was kind of arguing with Duck, but it was more for effect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But then, live from Turkey, Manny came in, and my God, he was cutting off Duck at the knees. He was really going for it.
Highly passionate, I think is what we'll describe it as, Chris, to try and retain politeness as well. Highly passionate.
Passionate.
Hopefully
I
he
messaged
plays
him
that.
afterwards and said, bloody hell, mate, you were on form tonight, weren't you? But yes, but again, if you know the channel, we had two men down the pub, Talking Balls hyphen two men down the pub, which we're struggling to get off the ground because the guy I do it with is a little bit otherwise occupied at the moment. So we're going to go back with this late night thing and just see how it goes. There's going to be me, the man below, and Reese and Clibo. So we could have a laugh. And there's a few things are going to be dropped in, and who knows what we'll end up talking about. But I can say I was excited about this. A little bit of me was like, oh really, when I saw those teams, but everybody's going to be given a chance. Everybody was saying to me that FaZe wasn't bad at this level.
Well, he kind of wasn't, was he? Really, Chris? I mean, in the championship, we did win the league last time, and he was in that defence, wasn't he? So, I mean, you can argue we might not like him as a character, perhaps, but if there's something there's to offer, the club on the pitch this year, we just got to stick with it, haven't we? Unfortunately, we can't really do anything else.
No, we can't. And let's be honest, Cody was bought for the championship.
Yeah,
he was bought in alongside Harry Winks, and it was only the fact that he got injured in the pre-season. Who knew? And he ended up, having to pick Vestergaard and the rest, as they say. So it'd be interesting. It's very difficult. Blue Fox there has asked for predictions. It's going to be so difficult because I've no idea who this side are.
I'll go with 4-0 to Leicester. We should be beating them quite comprehensively. And also today, Chris, I think we need to see some proper attacking movement. Ruud van Nistelrooy couldn't get a tune out of a similar team, could he? We want to see some attacking movement today that's actually quite productive.
Well, that's an interesting point you make there. I knew you would eventually if I kept you talking long enough. Interesting point. Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'll take it, man. I'm a bit sleepy, I think.
An interesting point there. That yes, that's the other thing about seeing this team is, and they're on the pitch now. So I'll quickly let you go after this. It will be interesting to see how this team plays for Cifuentes compared to how this team played for Van Nistelrooy.
What progress has been made in a week as well, Chris, will be interesting today, won't it? So, yeah, we're going to learn a few bits, aren't we?
We are.
Shane Nelson's injured.
ZTE are in blue.
Yeah.
Leicester are in that strip with black shorts. So it does look very, very good.
Yeah, it does look good. You're right.
But I'll let you go, mate, and I will see you at half time.
Yeah, enjoy it, guys. See you at half time.
Cheers. Take care. Thanks very much, mate. See you at half time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Me exit.
Okay, so here we go. So ZTE are lining up. Let's have a look. Let's just see what formation they're playing. And they've not shown me. How good is that? Well done, Leicester. Maybe they don't know at Leicester City. I'm just seeing if I can get this up anywhere. Good to see Monga starting. Yeah, I think it is still actually Hermansson's injury. Just wait for the kickoff. Quite a bit of noise going on. It's going to start with a kickoff for ZTE. Yeah, I said that with excitement. Don't know what the referee's doing. He's talking to one of the Leicester players now. What are they waiting for? Players are all lined up, ready to go, and the referee wanted to make a name for himself, possibly. But it's a really hot day over there, apparently. Yeah. Oh, it's the captain of ZTE that he's speaking to. So I think it's to do with the streamers that have been let off, possibly. Yeah, they're cleaning those away now. Some of the players are helping as well. So we'll get underway pretty soon, I'm sure. So ZTE are all in blue. Blue shirts, blue shorts, blue socks. And they're going to be kicking from right to left. Leicester in their new pink top that we showed earlier. Black shorts and pink socks. So I do like that shirt, I have to say. And they are kicking from left to right. As I always say, if they weren't, it'd be a very one-sided game. And we're underway. Hi, Ant. How you doing? So it goes back to... I'm just seeing if I can get comments off, because I find it very annoying. Back to the goalkeeper, and it's with the ZTE back four. Are you watching it, Ant? Do you want to come on at full time? The pitch is having a wee. So Monga, I'm glad to see Monga's being given his chance. So there's a throw into Leicester on the far side. It goes back into our own half with Faze. With Cody, who's captain today. Hi Jim, how you doing? Yeah, it is good to see Fatu on the bench. Oh, nice. Oh, somebody that cost Winks win it back, but he's lost it again. And they come down the far side. Oh, Monga. Oh, and he's pulled down. Monga there, absolutely pushing the ZTE player over. Then got pulled down or tripped up, but no free kick given. Well, let me know if you want to pop on at the end, Ant. So, Chowdhury. I mean, at the end of the day, at least we're getting... okay, mate, let me know. He does, Ant. Apparently his girlfriend's very happy. I shouldn't say that at his age, should I? Oh, nice move here. Thomas on the right. Monga now gets the ball from Thomas. Thomas runs into the box to get the ball back. Pulls it back, but it was straight at the goalkeeper who came out early. Now Canute's getting very involved from the start. It's the new third kit, Derek. So Okanu's on corner duty. Will he be as good as Ayew? That's the question. Right-footed, high into the box. Cody got to it, but it does come back to Leicester, but literally back onto almost the halfway line from the corner. A long ball over the top towards Monga. What a ball. Monga now. Yeah, Monga and the referee are having a bit of argy-bargy. Leicester coming forward on the far side. Tries to get the ball through to Daka, but Thomas put a little bit too much weight on it. The moment this game's all being played in the Leicester half and the ZTE half. So Leicester are dominating it a little bit. ZTE got the free kick from a Thomas foul, and now Leicester. Luke Thomas lost it very easily then, but fair play to Harry Winks. He got in there quite well. McAteer now. It wasn't a very good ball, but McAteer managed to get onto it. But then good defending from ZTE there, putting the ball out for a throw-in. It's a lovely ball, probably a little bit too short for McAteer, but he did get onto it in the end. Chowdhury at right back today. Obviously, ZTE break away now. Fast. Doing well, got to say there, Faz just covering the ball and letting it go through out for Zalaegerszeg. So Faye's doing reasonably well there. So Leicester looking first sort of, what are we on, just only 6 minutes, but yeah, Cifuentes in the technical area, or just outside of it rather, just pointing a few things out. Monga now, but he can keep control of it. That was a lovely through ball now. They can break down this near side ZTE. Good defending. And saved from going out for the corner there. That was good defending. So the goalkeeper for ZTE. Apparently it's called Takash. Probably one of the easier ones to pronounce. I don't know. They're being paid, forced back here, but he now kicks it out to the right and it goes out. So forced into the error there by Leicester closing the keeper down. Throw in on the far side. The opening phase to Cody, to Chowdhury. Like I say, he has played right back before. Tries to play a ball over the top, but he doesn't doesn't fall for a Leicester player. And it's out, I think, for it's a Leicester throw. Yeah, their manager was questioned a little bit. Cody now, back to Faz. Plays it through the middle. It's back to Cody. Oh, lovely ball over to the far-hand side for Monga. And he took that ball down well. Oh, it's a free kick. Giving Jamie Monga a free kick. That was a lovely ball up and over the top. And I have to say, Monga took it down well. First few minutes of the game, he he kept his eye on the ball well. You know. There's a free kick just outside the box on the far side, literally on the line, the back line. El Canoes with the free kick here. Oh, that was a nice free kick. He played it back rather than into the box. Winks went for it, ran over it. And Luke Thomas, fortunately, probably not the best person to have a shot, but he went over the top. But it's a shot from Leicester. I would say, looking at this, that this team that is playing. Oh, Daka nearly taking it off the keeper there. Oh, Daka, another attempt. ZTE now, just as the commentator said that Leicester looked the better team. Commentators curse. No. 3 pink shirts around one player. We seem to be closing down well again, which was something we were doing better under Andy King. The drum is not very good. Who's Kasabian's drummer? We could do with him, couldn't we? It's a good point, though. Baz. Cody leaves it. Chowdhury now goes back to Cody. Back to FaZe. They're just playing it around the back at the moment, Leicester. No shirt sponsor yet. We're still trying to finalise the deal. Yeah. I'm reserving judgment, but of course I always want. Oh, hang on. Casey McAteer got onto that loose ball. It wasn't a very good pass to him, but he got hold of it. Chowdhury to Winks. Oh, bit of a challenge at the back. Here's Chowdhury though. And it's going to be a throw into Leicester. No, look, I wanted to see Skips and Winks play together. I think we've seen it a few times, but not in great numbers. It was either one or the other a lot of the time. Used to be teammates. I would like to see them together, but like I say, let's hold back on we're 12 minutes into them playing together, but at the moment it's looking good. Just going to check. have a look where this team finished. They weren't in the top flight. Monga's really getting involved at the moment. No, Monga, that ZTF were not in the top division. They've still got hold of the ball. They're holding on to it well at the moment. Oh, what a save! Thomas, a short back pass. He came out well. Oh, it was a good save. It was a good save. I'm struggling to find. Oh, they were in the top flight. I do apologise. They are in the top flight next season. Where they finished, nobody knows. They finished third from bottom, so they actually finished in 10th. Because there's 12 teams in the top two divisions in Hungary. They won 7, drew 13, lost 13. Scored 35, conceded 42. They had 34 points. 3 points. I don't know how many gets relegated, to be honest with you, but there you go. That's what it is. So, El Canoes now. Dorco, it's our new third strip mate. Anthony, have you had too many sarcasm sweets this afternoon? So El Canoes, McAteer, back to El Canoes. Oh, lovely 1-2 with McAteer. Can he get the ball over? No. Zaka, what a good move. What a good move. A good move. Daka's getting involved. I've heard Daka. Not enough. I'm hearing Daka's name a lot. Free kick Daka. Cody takes it quickly. Oh, lovely play. McAteer took it from Skip, but he couldn't get it. He couldn't cross the ball. McAteer. They're hard. There's like on this side of the pitch there is a shadow, and it's hard to see the Leicester numbers. But I can see it's Chowdhury there, just sitting down and taking a chance. Somebody's got his boot off. McAteer. I don't know what the player was. The ZTE was looking inside his boot. What he was doing, I don't know. I think they were actually just taking the chance to have a bit of a water break. Not that you need much, Ant. Let's be honest with you. Yeah, Daka got involved again with that pass. It looks like he's all right. No, I did not. I was doing my other job this morning. It's great when Leicester are announcing that, you live somewhere else in the world other than England, that you can buy a pass and watch all the games. It's a fucking joke, I'll tell you. Well, Jim, like we said at the start in the pre-season with Tom, there's that line's been drawn, new manager, everybody's been given a chance. Look at what Enzo did with Vestergaard. Maybe he can do that with Daka. Maybe he can do it with Faze. We'll see. And as much as I hate Faze at this level, but nobody's coming in for them at the moment. Or that we know they may have come in and may have been told wait until the new manager comes in. He might be looking at these players here and going, last chance saloon. Exactly, Ant. Exactly. Mind you, the VPN, was it about 80 quid a year, 75, 80 with Nord? McAteer on this side takes it down on his chest. Took it well back to Chowdhury. And then you got the season pass on top, I guess. So Cody swings it out. Oh, Monga. He's holding the ball, played 1-2 with Fass, and he's back to Fass. He's certainly getting involved, Monga. Skip. Oh, doesn't quite get out to McAteer. That's intercepted, and it's out for throw to the Foxes, just in front of the dugout for ZTE. Yeah, that's a fair point, Ant. That is a fair point. Coming forward now. Monga again. They're giving a lot of the ball to Monga. Monga again. He wins the free kick, Monga. It did. The commentator said then it looked. I thought he'd lost it, and he still managed to get hold of it. Chowdhury was offside. I'm hoping I'm not going to lose you. It does look stuck to his feet, yeah. Thomas wins it back as the ZTE tried to come forward. Thomas on the far side gets the ball from Winks, drives forward, finds guess who? Monga. Giving their number 17 a torrid time. He lost it, but managed to get it back and wins the throw-in. So now it's switched sides down the right. Oh. Throwing to ZTE, which they take very, very quickly. Oh, poor ball out from the goalkeeper, but the Leicester player couldn't keep hold on it. Winks. The flick on. Monga again. What is he doing, Monga? Daka, can he? No, couldn't get past the defender, but he gets the corner. It has been Monga. This is the Monga show. There will be clubs out there looking at this lad thinking, why the bloody hell didn't we get him? I suppose, if we can thank Ruud van Nistelrooy for anything, the one thing was convincing him to stay at Leicester. Ball comes in, punched away. Well, to be honest with you, Dorco, I just want to see. It's nice to see Leicester players just that can hold the ball. I'm not even going there, Ant. Well, that's no pressure on him there then, Paul. Skip now. El Canoes holding off a couple of ZTE players. Halfway through this first half, and I have to say, its majority has been Leicester City. Offside. Free kick to Leicester. No, ZT. I mean, look, that's it. They finished 10th out of 12, just avoided relegation. Yeah, 27 minutes in, and let's be honest. All right, I mean, it's hard to compare this, but it's an Hungarian side that only just avoided relegation. But in the first few games, we struggled against Southampton. Monga, it was ball was taken off him, but put out for a throw in. He's still going forward. I've never seen in over a season Leicester City plays this much in the opposition half. Skip lucky to get away without a. Oh, he pulled him down. Skip was lucky to get away with that. not sure if I presume that if you get a card in the in pre-season friendlies, that it could actually carry on into the championship. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what they were saying, Ant. Now remember, apart from Monga, we're pretty much looking at a team that was playing most of last season. Oh, lovely ball, El Canoes to McAteer. Now, can you put it over? No, and he couldn't find Daka was there. Daka was in the right position, but McAteer just couldn't get the ball to him. It was cut out. Is it me or is this commentator here, not apart from the goalkeeper, is not mentioning the Hungarian players much by name? Chowdhury gets the ball, given away a bit by the ZTE player. Cifuentes looks happy, he's applauding, but then again, so did Brendan Rodgers do that a lot. So, a lovely ball over to McAteer on this near side. Is that going to be a corner? Yes, it is. Won a corner there, McAteer. Having a good game as well. El Canoes is going to take the corner. So the corner. That's right, arm goes up. It's in. It's not past the... well, it was Daka it got to, so it got to the Leicester player. And then he loses out. But he gets a throw in. They're not the best corner in the world. "31 minutes gone. We're going to have a drink." Oh, no. The ZTE players is down now. I thought we were... So Leicester in the corner playing a short free kick. Back into open play now. They call the away fans have the ultras. We don't seem to have... what do we call ours? I can't think. Anthony, you... honestly, I don't know what you... have you been drinking today? Oh. ZTE come away now. On the far side, pulls the ball back. And Fast makes a good interception and concedes the corner. Just remember, Anthony, next time I'm on your channel, I might get my own back, and you've got to be very, very careful now. 33 minutes gone. ZTE 0, Leicester City 0, but they do have a corner on the far side. Right-footed into the area, but it's up and over, and it's going to be a goal kick to Leicester City. Yes, you are, Anthony. Yes, you are. like I say, just remember, if you're in the chat, please, or if you're in watching, please do click that like button and subscribe if you are new. If you want to support us, again, I've got a new, and it hasn't come up again. I've had a new member join. It's only $1.99 a month just to help support the channel. That's in Daka again. It's a corner. I think he might want a penalty. Let's have a look what happened here with Daka, because he was, I think, he pushed him away. Let's have a look. There's a coming together. Oh, maybe he was caught, but I don't think it was a penalty. So behave, Mr. Anthony. No, it's not Jesus Christ. He's a very naughty boy. El Canoes at the corner. This time it's into the box. Coda's header, but it's saved. Yeah, McAteer stopping a quick breakaway from ZTE's goalkeeper, and it's headed back by Winks all the way back to Zalaegerszeg. Remember that. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Life of Brian. Absolutely love that film. Absolutely love it. Can you imagine that being released today? Good God. The old woke brigade would be pissing their pants, wouldn't they? That was Faye's got the ball there from Chowdhury. El Canoes. Forward to Daka. Holds it up and gets a free kick. Well done, Daka. Winks. Daka. El Canoes now. Does he fancy a shot? He does. But it comes off one of their players and safely into the arms of the Hungarian keeper. 9 minutes to go in this first half. Yeah, the guy just saying Poshka, the former Wolves defender, which is what Tom was saying. He knows his stuff. Apparently, he dropped down from Wolves to AFC Wimbledon and then over to ZTE. Mind you, I suppose that moving from AFC Wimbledon, that was a bit of a move up, wasn't it? And not full of excitement. That poor back pass that Zalaegerszeg had to come out quickly and get is probably the one bit of a highlight. This ball's way over and way wide, wild when it went straight through to their goalkeeper. So we're not seeing a game here that taking a little Viagra wouldn't help. Mongo in the mix again and gets it back. Still holding on to it. He loses that eventually. Leicester getting stuck in here. Through ball, you go all the way through and out for a goal kick. Thomas to Winks. Back to Zalaegerszeg. You're talking about Pushkas, I think, there, Derek, aren't you? You are going back a bit. Leicester coming forward on the far side. I'd say about 45% of this pitch is in the shade. Now, if you're sensible, you're going to keep the ball, play it around in the shade, aren't you? Pushkas was a little bit before my time. El Canoes. Ball over the top to Daka. He's got it back. No, Daka went down, but he got up again. And it's a corner to Leicester. Let's have a look whether it's a penalty shout here. Ooh. Close. Not having that today, Ant. I think he's not saying he's suddenly prime time Messi, but he's having a decent game. Right foot, right hand up from the air from El Canoes on the corner. Chipped into the box. But it's headed clear. It doesn't beat the first man. Where's Ayew when you need him? Like he could do that again. At the end of this half, we'll be having a break while we just water the plants. And then there'll be me and Tom talking about the first half before the second half. Seems a good time to talk about it, if you ask me. So you were asking if there was any fans out there, somebody. 499 they just announced. Yeah, Winks taken out there. Free kick. I got to say, Zalaegerszeg won't necessarily have much of an easier game. Quickly taken. Do like that strap. I do like this new pink shirt. Can I just say, thank God there's only two halves this week. Last week was such a drag. Last week was trying to get a decent suck out of a silk cut mild, but we gave the ball away. Here comes ZTE down this side, holding the ball well. But again, McAteer gets back, but ZTE have still got it somehow. No, Leicester, though, not giving it up. They're battling for this ball, and now they come away. Somehow managed to keep hold of the ball. Losing it, but winning it back again. It's been a long time since there's been any action in the Leicester half. They do, Ant. They do. See, I learn these things. Cheeky bastard today, Ant. You really are. So ZTE win the ball. But there's a foul now to ZTE. They got a free kick. Fast clears up. Thomas wasn't sure whether he was fouled there or not. I think Thomas thinks he was. Let the throw in very quickly. The through here. Oh. Got Skip, got the block in. Just a corner. And it's wasted as it goes up and over. And it's a goal kick. So Archie just taking his time. I reckon this might take us up to half time. As you can see, 45 minutes is rolling round. Don't know if they'll play near stoppage time. They didn't last week, but then if we played stoppage time, we'd have probably still been playing now. And there is the half-time whistle, dead on, 45 minutes. Well, there you go, guys. 0-0 at half-time. It's more about the performance, I think we can say. We will be back in a few minutes when myself and Tom will be using the half-time to talk about the half-time. 45 minutes there, Tom, that probably could have done with the odd Viagra being popped to help it along. But, I mean, when you compare... And look, we're playing a team. It's in the Hungarian top flight. They finished 10th out of 12 with the bottom two going down. So they've just managed to stay up. But look, we struggled against teams that were finishing around our relegation zones last season. As a performance, as a team performance, I've got to say, if we'd played like that last season, not saying we would have stayed up, but it would have been a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. I think, Rome wasn't built in a day. There's still one or two things that are really irking me about this team that I really hope he's going to fix in a minute. But I'll get onto that a bit later. But I think some good things. In possession, we seem comfortable enough, don't we? Even if sometimes we need to be a little bit more assertive and on the front foot. But I think when we got the ball at our feet, we're nothing much to worry about there. So, yeah, I think there's good and bad to take from this. I still think there's a big step we got to take forward. But then look at the players we're utilising as well, Chris. I do wonder if some of them still maybe want to be elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, let me just bring the team up again. I have to say, I mean, I know people again are hating on Daka. We can only compare these players to how they were last season, and in fairness, this was a better performance from Daka. There was times last season when you would have been hard pressed to hear his name and know if he was on the pitch. Daka has been mentioned probably second or third most of the Leicester players in this half.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I mean, it's interesting how the best chance he had is what we always suspect about Daka, and that's when he's not particularly thinking about it. He's on a counter-attack, and when he had that counter-attack where he turned around and tried to play, and that's the best he's looked. The annoyance I have with him, Chris, is there was a chance with McAteer earlier where he had a cross across the box, and the one thing Daka should have done is bust a gut to get in front of that centre-back he was behind, and instead he stood behind him, and we lost the opportunity, and there was no one really to pass to then. So he's still got to do little things like that, because the reality is we're going to be playing a lot of teams this year that are going to park the bus. We're not going to be able to counter-attack them very freely, are we? So that's not going to suit his style. So he's going to have to add that to his game. So better, because he's actually been willing to get involved 100%. But I want to see better positional work if we're going to be playing in a certain way. Right? I want to see him be a bit more intelligent.
I agree, and it's something that Dorco said in the chat as well. He said exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
but
I didn't see that.
You're not going to change a player's way they play or mental overnight.
No, true.
The question is that player in Daka better than the player we saw last season?
I'd say yes. Yes, because he's not disappeared, has he? Last year, people were disappearing and wanting to vanish from the ball. He's definitely not done that today, which is better. Yeah,
he hasn't. Look, the player that stood out on this one, and who else? Wayne will be going through the old box of tissues like mad today. But Mr. Jeremy Monga, I mean, let us look at him. I mean, he has scared their number 17 off the pitch. You know, he must be thinking, who the hell is this lad? I mean, he's twisted, he's turned, he's twisted again. And I have to say, what's impressed me is he hasn't tried to, what he's done, he's got away with. But he has quite often got the pass in at the end of it. But what a game he's having.
Yeah, I think the more I see him, the more I realise he's the closest thing we've had to Riyad Mahrez since Riyad Mahrez, because he just effortlessly takes the ball past people.
Riyad Mahrez was very much like Riyad Mahrez, wasn't he?
Exactly, he was, mate. Yeah, he was the same bloke, apparently. Yeah, so that's a very good point you mentioned. Yeah, he wasn't two people, he was one. Yeah, super Riyad. But yeah, no, I think there's a similar thing about the two styles in that Riyad could go past players as if they weren't there, and Monga's been the first one we've had in the club in a while that can do that. I think both of the wingers or inside forwards, whatever position they're playing, including McAteer, have had a good game. I think they've looked like they're really on the top end of what we're looking to get from them. Once again, I want to see central midfield and El Canouse making sure they're available, though, when they've done the work, because I'd be getting frustrated if I was Monga, seeing that I've done all that work to get around these players and there's no outlet. And that's a big thing we've got to get right. We've got to get players a bit more forward-thinking, Chris, still.
Agreed. Talking of El Canouse, he's on spot kicks this half.
Yeah. Interesting, because he's inverting one side, because obviously he's only got the 1 foot he uses, so we're doing in swingers and out swingers with him. I still think Ayu's a better corner taker though, Chris. What do you think?
If only we could be like American football and bring on somebody just to take corners.
A proper kicker, yeah.
I don't want to get too excited because, it was one game we saw with AU, and he happened to get a bit of wind behind one of his balls, if you pardon the expression, and it went in. But again, look, let me bring up Winks. Again, just coming for a lot of criticism, but thought a decent half was getting involved.
Well, I think the thing about him today is similar to Daka, isn't it? He's been more willing to get involved today. I still think between the two of them, one of them needs to be a bit more forward thinking, because it was starting to frustrate me again, seeing Skip be placed just in front of the centre backs a lot, and then seeing Winks going back to left back and then having nowhere else to really go. It's a little bit too defensive again. They've got to really adjust that. But I do think, once again, similar to Daka, I'm going to give him some credit for being more willing to get involved today. Same goes for Luke Thomas as well. He was inverting and coming in. So I think that was good as well, because we need to have that extra number coming into the middle, and I think the inverted left back worked quite well, actually.
Scott was saying there, about Luke Thomas. But I would find it hard to say that anybody has really had an awful game. But then, it's a pre-season friendly, there's nothing at stake, etc., etc. But as a team, I mean, we've played more in the opposition half in this match than we probably did in the whole of last season, if you added all the minutes in the opposition half together. We were on top. Yes, they had their one moment where a bad back pass, but Zalaegerszeg came out and got it. That was the only threat, really. Zalaegerszeg had a bloody easy game when you think about it. But they were doing everything that they weren't doing before. The passes were finding other Leicester players. There were some lovely, lovely through balls from Chowdhury, from El Kanous. The wingers were running on too. And so for me, the two things that I'm taking from that half is how much we were in their half and the closing down.
Yeah, 100%. It's so funny how Scott's just mentioned in the chat about Thomas playing balls back to the goalkeeper, not his strong point, because that's my one criticism of him. I think his passing when he's at the back, if there's anyone that's going to have a mess up, it will be Thomas. The rest of them won't do it. Faze won't do it, even no matter how much we dislike him at times. It won't happen. So I'd agree with what Scott said there. Go back to what you're saying. I think it's more like Enzo ball, isn't it, Chris? It's interesting because we're keeping the ball up in their half, keeping the game on them, pressing well, passing really well. I think keeping possession really well. Once again, just a little bit of finesse in what we're doing as forward play would just be what we need now. So, I think it's encouraging enough, isn't it?
It is. And look, miracles don't happen, I mean, Ant said earlier, Jesus Christ, Dak, and I went, no, he's not. He's just a very naughty boy. But, well, I love that film. But, and okay, it's 45 minutes. I'm wondering how many changes. I'm just going to have a look and just see whether, because last time they put up different teams for the halves, didn't they?
They did, I'd be interested if they change it. I'd like to see Page go alongside Wink's second half, because I think he just naturally goes further forward, doesn't he? I think that would balance out our midfield better.
Yes. No, they've not put it up. So if there are any changes, it's not going to be maybe a completely different. But I mean, over the 45, it might be. But it doesn't look like they're going to be starting with a whole new team. He's got this. He's got two more games whilst they're in Austria to observe. And in fairness, this used to annoy me about Sven. You remember when Sven was England manager?
Yeah. And
it was a friendly. He literally would have one half for 45 minutes. Sorry, one team for whatever, and another team for the next 45. How can you really decide on 45 minutes if a player is good or bad?
You can't, but the biggest problem we got as well is once again, do we know who's actually going to be here come the first game of the season as well? Yeah. So in some ways, we're going to have to rotate a bit, Chris, just to make sure that everyone we can get trained up and ready to play for Marti is ready. Because I half expect one of the agents of, say, Winks or Skip or Faze or Cody will turn around the week before the start of the season and go, oh, my client's off. He's going. This is the deal. So, and that's going to be out of Marti's hands, isn't it? I mean, we obviously don't know what conversations he had behind the scenes yet, but maybe some of these players might be staying because he's had those chats. But I'd imagine it's still pretty in or out, depending on what happens later on this month.
Right. Let's just the latest news on a player that we're being linked with. Shock horror from QPR. That's the Asmir Berkovic one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't realise he'd been at QPR.
Yeah, he wasn't. Did he play much? I can't even remember, but I know they signed him. I mean, he's getting on a bit now, isn't he? But it's like that Mark Schwarzer comparison you made earlier, Chris, isn't it? It's a good experience to have for the right price.
Well, the last time he was in the Championship was in 23-24. He played 45 times and he kept 13 clean sheets.
Interesting. So that was 2 years ago. Was that with QPR?
I presume so, yeah, because of the story.
I can't
and
remember.
errors leading to a goal, only 2.
I think he's solid, isn't he? I mean, like, goalkeepers are different to outfield players as well, aren't they? You get more question marks over outfield players once they turn 35 plus, right? But goalkeepers can go as long as they're looking after themselves, which he obviously is to still be playing at this level. You know, there's something there, isn't there?
Yes. Right. And who would you like to see come on in this second half?
I'd like to see Justin come out because obviously I want to see if he's going to play him at right back for starters, but maybe Ricardo will go in there. If not, let's see how he does inverting as a left back, Chris. I know we're not really keen on it, but let's just see because he contributed a lot of goals last year and took a lot of heat, despite that. So I still think maybe he could offer something there. It'd be nice to see Fatawu back out and win it for the first time this season, obviously. Bear in mind, he's not had a few games, but I think for the moment we should probably stick with what we got because I think if you start replacing, say, Monga with Alves or Marçal, I think then we're probably going to even have less of an opportunity to score, to be frank. We need to take the lead at least.
Yes, we do. And it's a shame because I would love to have seen Fatawu, Mavididi and El Kanous all together.
Yeah, because I still think they might be the main three and Monga might be the bench option, but I think that's only because of age. Let's not get this wrong, guys. He is the best technical player I think we have at the club, which is a miracle for his age, but I still think it will probably be that way, like you say, mate, and then just bring him in bit by bit. But yeah, I mean, I guess it is a bit more encouraging than what we thought because I think that, there's a bit, look, it looks like some of the players have shown a bit more interest today. I think under Ruud towards the end, as any of us might have been a little bit fatigued by the whole situation, there seemed to be a lack of interest at times, didn't there? And I can't really throw that at any player out there today. Maybe Skippy's disappeared a little bit, but apart from that, Well,
he got a couple of good tackles in. But again, let me see, is it a bad thing when there's like a defensive midfielder? You don't really hear them mentioned.
Well, true, yeah, but remember the last game where we had that long, massive, stupid day where he actually did run forward into spaces and took opportunity to do it. He had 2 or 3 again today where he was literally had no player around him and could have driven the ball forward and kept the game going forward and put more pressure on their back four, and he didn't. He just passed it back again.
But do you think? Look,
I know what you're saying. Is that what he's told to do? Basically, it might be. Oh, you're on it already.
I'm on it already. No, I'm just thinking because Harry Winks is getting forward a lot. So if you've got Harry Winks getting forward, the last thing you need is your defensive midfield partner moving forward as well and leaving a huge hole there.
This is true. However, I still think we need to be brave enough sometimes to go, well, if we're going to play 2 players, they both are defensive mids, really. But so why not, if one of them's going to go forward, then the other one stays back? Yeah, so why not rotate between the 2 and make it difficult to play against Chris? Because we saw El Kanous going out to the wide. We saw McAteer coming inside, Thomas coming inverted. And I get what you're saying, but I still think when we struggle to score goals, and that is going to be our biggest Achilles heel still going to next season, I still think we need to be a little bit braver. I don't see a problem with pushing one of them forward.
Maybe Winks as the senior player is the one that's being told if you get the ball, because we know from last time in the championship, he can score goals. Winks against, funny enough, QPR. He scored a belter against QPR.
He was.
Where maybe that's more. He's got that in his game more than Skip has. So if you're looking at it, why force a player to go forward when it's not really in his game?
No, that is true. No, I do get that. And I must be honest, my football manager tactics are probably only 8 out of 10 versus like a solid 10 out of 10 from someone else. But I just see a gap player in the midfield and I see an opportunity to press up. And I see him not willing to take it. Winks, though, to be fair to him, is orchestrating a lot today. He's been very vocal with Thomas, been very vocal with Skip. So, yeah. I get your point as well, mate, of course.
They are out for the second half, so I will let you go, sir.
My pleasure. I'll see you at full time. Cheers to Chris for that as well. Yeah.
Cheers. And Chris, thank you very much indeed, who's become a member. There was another member. I wish I knew who it was. I can't say it, but Chris, I appreciate you joining. Thank you very much. Yes, but people, anybody up with Daka? That's the thing we've got to ask as well, isn't it? I'm just going to see. Ten changes in this second half. Wow. Ayu's on the pitch. I can see him. Still no Fatawu. Sumare's on. Good God. So 10 changes. I'm just going to try and get these up for you guys. ZTE have made one change. I can't at the moment get the new team up, but you'll see everybody's changed. As Take That says, everything changes. It isn't, is it, Ant? It's making it difficult. Justin's on the pitch. Not sure he's on the right or the left at the moment. Then it's the second half, but they're not putting the team up yet. If they do put the team up, guys, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up. Oh. So Sumare there, taking out the Vestergaard's on as well. Well, 46 minutes. Yellow card for Vestergaard. Not too happy. So we're back up and running, and immediately I say a yellow card for Yannick Vestergaard. It'd be a So Larchik still in goal. Alves is on as well. At least he's done something. Fair point, in fairness. Yeah, can you believe the club have not even put up a thing saying what the second team is? I mean, so how pathetic is that? What a load of, honestly, social media thing at Leicester City. As much use as a chocolate teapot. At least that's got use because you can eat it. And the Leicester Mercury aren't much better either. Jake Evans is on as well. Right, here we go, finally. Leicester Mercury. I'll just put this up. So there is the team for the second half. Zalaegerszeg in goal, Ricardo, Akoli, Vestergaard, Justin. Justin's on the right, though. Sumare, no, he's not. Oh, is he? I'm not sure. Sumare, Ndidi, Evans, Alves, Mavadidi, and Ayu. Still no Fatawu. He's on the bench. Can anybody see which side Justin's on at the moment? Tries the through ball. He's on the left. Thank you, Anne. I was trying to get this up, and I couldn't see. I presumed he was from that description, but so ZTE looking more aggressive. So 0-0, 51 minutes gone. I just realised I haven't put the clock up for you guys. Which isn't working anyway. So apologies for that, guys. So playing it around the back at the moment, Leicester. Now the clock's not working, so I apologise, gentlemen. There's Jake Evans looking pretty good on the ball. I just feel that the not as exciting this half. I mean, it's early days yet, let's be honest. But there's just something kind of taken out of the game. So Leicester try the long ball over the top. Bit too far. Oh! Indeedy! No! That was a double save. AU and then Ndidi. Oh, it's a corner. So, I think it's AU on the corner. Yeah. Mavididi gets the ball across, but it's easily taken by the Hungarian goalkeeper. And again, a shot that goes over for Leicester. So, they are starting a lot better in this second half, ZTE. Oh, good tackle by Justin there. There's a free kick to ZTE. I'm just getting the two sets of teams up here for you guys, so do bear with, as they say. El Canoes played in the first half. Yeah. And we have to take into account that this is a friendly. Right, won't be a second, guys. I suppose this is a big game for ZTE, ex-Premier League winners. What we're not seeing at the moment is a lot of the, apart from Mongo, we're not seeing a lot of the youngsters, though. Oh, the flag is up. AU going up forward there. Thought he'd beat the flag, but he hadn't. And it's a offside and a free kick. Oh, Mavididi now. Oh, hold on to the ball. Had three players around him then. Then we lose it. We lose it. Alves giving away the foul there. We're getting stuck in. There we go. So you got the teams up there, guys, so you can compare. So 15 minutes into the second half. I tend to say ZT are the better team this half. Everybody agree? We've no idea, Ryan. We've no idea. I'm sure there's a lot going on behind the scenes when it comes to players, but... Oh, that's going to be a foul to Leicester. Yes, it is. Free kick quickly taken again. Now, Mavadidi. Can he get the ball across? He can! Oh! That was a corner. Ayew, both arms up, just in front of a couple of Leicester substitutes. Ball goes, it's a good corner. Oh, why did that not go in? Oh. Oh. The Leicester got the ball back. It should have been a corner possibly to Leicester, but we've got the ball back again. No. Evans slipped as he took the shot and it just went straight through to the goalkeeper. A substitution for ZTE here. Oh, Zalaegerszeg. There's a lot of players slipping. Zalaegerszeg got let's have a look. Oh, he slipped. But he managed to hold on to it. Just saying they're going across the bottom there. Tomorrow, lunchtime, 12 o'clock, bet by the dozen, the 12 youth players who can make the grade. There'll be myself and Reese doing that. And we'll be looking at the 12 players that could possibly step up this season. Mavididi to Alves. Vestergaard to Alves. Oh, Mavididi was... Oh, Samori lost the fucking ball again. Well, that's one thing that's not changed. They have the, what do they call them? Like, not wings. That's something else, isn't it? Well, it's not a stud as such. It's like a, you know what I mean. Oh, Mavididi gets it back from Samori, gets the ball across, but it was falling, and it was easily cleared by the ZTE defender. It's gone out for a throw-in. And if you want to know what ZTE stands for, it's going across the bottom there versus Leicester City. And we're playing at the ZTE Stadium. So a couple of Leicester players. And Fatawu is coming back. First time since November for Fatawu. And they're going to have a drinks break. This is going to be great to see Fatawu coming back on. Yeah, so join me and Reese tomorrow at 12 o'clock, guys. Should be a very interesting show. Some changes possibly, I think, for ZTE. So we'll just wait for Leicester City to confirm who the subs are. It's Evans and Alves. So they were on for long. I mean, good God, they had 22 minutes each. So just about getting some minutes on the pitch for it's a goal! Jordan Ayew. One 0. Wow. Now there's the thing. Well, is he making himself indispensable? One 0 to Leicester. So 20 minutes to go. It is 1 0. But again, the ball was put in. We were in their half. We were in the box. And that's what happens. Look, I tell you what, I haven't done this for a while. So let's do this, shall we?
Go! Back of the net.
Well done. So Mavadidi coming down was very heavily involved in that AU goal. And it is AU after 70 minutes. Oh, we'd love to hate on Daka, don't you guys? Jordan Messi, yeah. Thing is, he was there, and if you're not in the box... Oh, Mavadidi, good run here, bear with me. Gets the cross in! Oh! Mavadidi is getting the crosses in. Taro loses the ball, but look, he's just can't expect too much from him. Not played since November. Got injured away on international duty. Oh, now that ZTE get the ball across. Oh, headed clear, headed behind. Ricardo there, not taking any chances. We don't have a number 60, I don't think. Oh, hang on a second. Number 60 is Louis Page. Number 60 is Louis Page. So, here we go. It's a corner for ZTE on the far side. All in blue, playing from left to right. Leicester in the new pink strip. Headed clear by the Leicester defence. Vestergaard heading it clear there. Oh. Ayu takes the ball. Lovely ball out to the right-hand side. Fatawu. Oh, Fatawu. Unlucky. There's a long time waiting for Fatawu, but it's good to see him back on the pitch. Yeah, I think you're right there, Ant, but just showing it again here. You had Ndidi there. I don't think Ndidi was in a lot better position. Yeah, probably does, but ring rusty, and you got to say that. It was unlucky. I don't think anybody's going to have a go at him. Yeah, you're right, Blaze. You're right. Love your TV channel, by the way. So Leicester have it, playing it back into our own half. But it's still the amount of time that we're in the opposition half. And yes, look, you can say we're playing the team that came 10th in Hungary, which is like probably the equivalent of our League Two. But it doesn't matter. Oh! Mavididi was lurking there, but the ZTE defender just got to it first. Brad! You stupid boy! Glaze Goma. I mean, my God, is this your porn name? That's obviously the name of your new channel. I hate to think what you're putting up on that channel, mate. Now, look, if you're watching the game and you want to come on at the end, I've got a space. Hey, he had a decent first half. Don't you knock him. Utaru's really looking on the ball. I'd say the only player I've not been impressed with so far is Samari. Oh, not a very good throw-in from ZTE, and it's a throw-in to Leicester now. Ayew just throws the ball over his shoulder as Justin comes up. Nice to see Justin on the left. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you something. Despite the players that he's picked, I'm really getting behind Cifuentes because he's playing him on the right side. Oh, Fatawu, a shot again. That was from a Samari pass. Don't you get too excited, Brad, just because Samari's playing. I know, Brad, I know. I mean, look, like I said, it's like, when I worked as a roofer and had to masturbate on somebody's roof, and the boss sacked me because he wouldn't let me wipe the slate clean. A lovely ball over to Mavididi. Everybody's getting that clean slate. Oh, he went forward and the ball didn't. The moment may have gone here. Mavididi. Oh, no, that was a. No, I don't think that was a penalty. I think he was looking for it. So, Brad, do you want to come on at full time? And if you want to... Oh, good ball through! Oh, saved by Samari. Oh, fucking hell. Saved by Zalaegerszeg. Let's have a look. Somebody slipped there. The Leicester defender. A Coley. Oh. Justin. Ooh. Well, somebody was saying we weren't having many shots in the first half. We are in this half. But Leicester are definitely on top now. Top's not very happy because he can't breathe, but they are on top. Again, a great ball into the box, and it's the same old nobody was there. In fact, nobody's told me I got the score the wrong way round. Well, hello, Blaze. I'm sure that's your porn name. Blaze, Blaze does Leicester. Bit of a break while the ZTE player gets Justin will take the throw once we get up and running again. There's no injury time in the first half. Oh, Mavadidi, lovely little back heel. Oh. Now, the breakaway here, because the ball didn't reach AU, and ZTE are broken away down the far side. Taru's back defending. Sumare. Whoa, 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 whoa. Blaze does Leicester with a special appearance by Boubakary Sumare as Mr. T. That Gamer, I thought it was Gomer, Blaze Gomer. It's Blaze Gamer. That was a foul. It's got to be a foul. Ricardo getting in the way. Indeed, the ball goes out, and I think it's a goal kick. Blaze Gamer makes more sense than Blaze Gomer. I'm interested, everybody in the chat, what are you thinking of the new third strip? I'm thinking that the next game will be in the away kit, and then the third game we're playing while we're in Austria will be in the home kit. And then, or they might even save the home kit for Fiorentina. Would make sense. Just pacing myself. Vestergaard. Akoli. Goes back to Zalaegerszeg. Doesn't look like Bowser's going to get on. We've got 6 minutes of normal time. Jim. You and me both, mate. I love the vertical strikes. It's a bit of a shame because I love the away kit as well. I was going to get the training kit. I'm glad they didn't have my size in, so I didn't get it because I might have to get 2 shirts, which will be the second and third kit. Anyway, coming down this near side for Taru. Now on the left he was. Yeah, into the last 5. Cheers, Pashan. Oh, Leicester intercepted that ball well. Nice move. Still got the ball, Leicester. Playing it out to the wing on the far side. Plays it in. Can we get the ball across? No. Ricardo couldn't get the cross in there. He's got another chance now. But now he's giving the ball away. They're sitting back now, I think. Our ZTE. Oh. Mavididi. Mavididi and Fatawu have swapped. Tawu. Oh, couldn't get past his player and it goes out for a corner. Second goal would be rather be the icing on the cake. This has been a really good workout for this Leicester team. If nothing else, it's given them confidence. Ayu's got two arms aloft. Is he going to score straight from the corner again? It's a long ball. Ooh. Coley got hurt there, but what a header he went in for. I love the fact that on the I've got subtitles on. A Coley is being pronounced as a curly. See what I've got a lot of at the moment, talking to curlies, Curly Whirly. Love them. Love them. He can, in fairness, Ant, and I tell you what, he was bloody brilliant at corners. You know, apart from one corner in the last game, everyone went past the first man. That was something we didn't manage last season as well. Are you going to the Fiorentina match, Ant? It was a good goal by AU, I've got to say. He had 4 defenders around him. Thank you, Prashant. It's nice to be able to comment on winning watch-alongs as well. Not women, winning watch-alongs. We're in the last minute. I don't think there'll be a lot of added time to be had. I don't think they'll do that. They didn't in the first half. Oh, no, they are. Well, the whistle's not gone yet. The Leicester player down. He might just let this free kick go. Indeed, he takes it quickly. This might be the last passage of play, because obviously with it being a friendly. Coley. Vestergaard. 2 minutes to be added on, apparently. We're into the last minute. Ricardo, captain for this half. It's another throw into Leicester. Leicester just playing it back, going to be happy to play this game out. It goes all the way back to Zalaegerszeg. He pumps it upfield, but it's headed back in to the Leicester half by his ZTE defender. Oh, a little bit of a risky one, but Zalaegerszeg manages to get to that back pass. It's a throw in. We've had the 2 minutes. We're over the 2 minutes. And there it is, full time. And we have won 1-0. Win, win, win. Chicken dinner, as they say. Right. We'll be back in a few minutes with the post-match discussion. Don't go away. Join us then. Could be interesting.
Oh, I'll have what she's having.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
And beat them we did. Just bear with me. I just need to get Wayne in. I just need to add an extra camera slot. You see, there he is. And if you can see him yet, I just need to shrink him down. A little bit of anti Viagra as opposed to Uncle Viagra.
You seem to know a lot about Viagra, Chris. Just going to throw that
Oh,
out
I'll tell you what, mate. Tell you what, I've got shares. I have shares. You know, you wouldn't. They didn't just. Yeah, what do you mean? Well, one thing I like about buying Viagra shares, they're always on the up.
Oh, you have to do it, didn't you, Jim? He had to do it, Jim, didn't he?
Hopefully you don't do that in your morning show.
Nearly. I'm not so far off. Oh, well, look. I saw you panicking a little bit then, Jim, when I was playing the we won jingle. You were looking around to see who was close by.
Oh my gosh.
I hope you're safe. I don't want to cause any divorce in the Ralco family.
Everything's great. Good to see the whole gang together.
Brilliant. Hey, and Wayne, win. It's like a chicken dinner, isn't it?
Yeah, they're only pre-season friendlies, Chris, but after the first two last season, it went downhill quick, didn't it? So,
yes.
Nice to keep the thing going.
Look, let's be honest, and I'll come to you in a second, Tom, because obviously we spoke a lot at half time. But Wayne, as the first game under the new manager, only the third game that they've played since Rude left. That first half was pretty much almost the Rude team and the Rude formation, and yet they played so much better than under Rude, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I mean, Cifuentes, he likes triangles and swapping the people in the triangles around.
I love triangles. Those little Dairy ones. They're really, really nice.
Oh, they were fantastic, Chris. I bet you were the posh sort. You could afford to eat them without putting them in a sandwich.
Yeah. I actually have some in my fridge at the moment. It's Dairy as well, not Aldi own brand or anything.
Yes. Well, I've got some nice American lager to go with that, Chris.
Fair play to you. Fair play. Anyway, sorry, get back to the triangles.
Fluid football, not everything connected all the way to the goal, but just the rotational stuff, and you got people moving out of position, swapping from midfield to defence, swapping laterally, everything that the manager is a fault. And he's only been with them a week, and it's really encouraging to see.
Totally. I mean, you've got to have seen the improvement, Jim, haven't you?
Absolutely. I mean, let's put it in perspective. I don't think the team we were playing is the strongest team, but what I saw was a very active team on both first and second half from Leicester. I think they came out, they were active, they were fast and pace. And I think they were, like we said last week, this one means more, is they were auditioning. They were wanting to show Marty what they can do. And they played like he wanted on the opponent's side of the field. And that was good to see.
I think in this 90 minutes, Wayne, and I said this to Tom at half time, so I'm going to extend it from 45 to 90. In that 90 minutes, I saw a Leicester team in the opposition half longer than if you add all the time together under Ruud van Nistelrooy.
You did. There's a couple of things. Because when you said longer, I thought, well, that rhymes with Mongo.
Oh,
And also, it's interesting to see Jim already is on first name terms with the manager. They were calling him Marty all the time.
Yeah. We said Rude long enough. We might as well go Marti Cifuentes.
I also feel. Sorry, Chris.
no, I'm going to say that's him and Marty, and Jim's on top.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Top's not very happy about that because he can't breathe, but he has got Jim on top. Sorry, Wayne, do carry on. I'm being facetious.
Yeah, really good, Chris, and positive. Front-footed football. Didn't connect all the time, but you could see what we were trying to do. I've watched a couple of things on his coaching styles, and Anil on Luton today. He did a brilliant technical thing on him, and his triangles from the Cruyff system, how he like swap and change them around, false nines. People moving about on the pitch to draw defences out, and you could see that happening, even though he's had one game in charge.
God Almighty! When he had half a can of cider, Tom, that's your name. I know we'll get there eventually. Tom, look, first steps, baby steps, etc. But it's an improvement, and you could pick fault if you wanted to. Samari gave the ball away a couple of times, but let's not be too, negative on this. A win is a win, but they're not Premier League opposition. They're not even Championship opposition. They're probably League Two opposition, if we're being honest. But it's still a professional team. That's comparing it to say. Oh, I'd probably say it's on a par with sort of like Peterborough. So the performance, you've got to take the positives out of it.
Yeah, it's funny, Chris, because it's one of the rare times in recent memory I've actually got more positive notes about a game of football Leicester have played than negative ones, because we've been such a negative way for so long. I was even surprised myself at some of the things I was writing. And very encouraging, I think, actually. I think some people will pick fault, like you say, but Rome wasn't built in a day. This is the first week. And just seeing a bit more accountability from individuals. First half, we mentioned it with Daka and Winks, didn't we? I think second half, we saw it with people even like Sumari and Ndidi. Might not have been as precise with it, but still having a go. Fatu coming on and looking good. So yeah, I think there's a lot more positive to talk about today, and I kind of think it's common sense. Finally, this is the best way to get the best out of this football team, to play this style of football. And I think now we're back doing it. I think we're going to see a lot better, and I think today we can be relatively encouraged. We might actually have an okay season.
Michael says Chris and Jim pretty in pink, of course. What can you say? I like to dress up like my dad. I admire him, and I want to look like my dad. All right, Jim. He hates me. He hates me. I can see. Let's go back to the first half. That was rhetorical. You don't have to answer that one. Go back to that first half. I can't bring the teams up here, but our first half team, pretty much like I say, the team that Rude had last season. And sometimes, and I said this to Tom at half time, Jim, sometimes it's like you get a new boss at work and it's like a breath of fresh air. You're suddenly thinking, oh, he appreciates me, and you try that little bit harder. And, I had a boss that, when I worked for Simon Jersey up in Burnley, clothing company, and at one point our boss, how he got to work, I don't know, because he was pissed out of his brain. He used to drink coffee from those little cups you get from the machine with the straw so that the caffeine got into him. And all of us were basically just sort of doing the bare minimum. A new boss came in that had come from sort of internally that we liked, we appreciated, and the productivity went up. I saw a lot of that in that first half.
Absolutely. I did watch a lot of clips and videos from this past week's training. And it was good to see him out there on the pitch working with the players. He's a hands-on manager. But to your point, the players are getting a new breath of fresh air with a new manager, a new style they'll be excited about, but they're getting another chance to show what they can do. So any player in their right mind would want to get out there and show they can do it, because they're all fighting for a position. They're all fighting for playing time. And it's perfect for us. I mean, if he can bring in attacking football, he's going to get the team excited, and certainly he's going to get the fans excited.
Just to say, the next match, by the way, will be Friday the 25th. So next Friday at 10:30 in the morning. Wow. Okay. Thank you very much. And we are playing Friedberg. Bit of an odd time, isn't it? 10:30 in the morning. Probably somebody's got the afternoon.
That's 5:30 for me.
Well, I will give you the day off then, Jim. I won't expect you to get up. But you two, definitely. No. Look, I have to say, and this is going to put a huge, big smile on Wayne's face. Because my man of the match for that first half, Monga, was outstanding.
He was. He's just got the ability to turn left or right, spin, run out wide, and then have room to then take his man on. He can turn on a sixpence bit and just go either way. He does play it simple, and I think, as Tom said, sometimes you want more people to commit forward to support him, which is a connectivity kind of thing, and that's something the manager will definitely ask them to do, because in the training, like Jim says, he'll be going faster. So yeah, brilliant. And I just like the fact that he didn't flood the team with young ones. I like the balance of the amount of young kids he put in there as well. But yeah, Monga, I mean, man of the match, doesn't matter what age you are. And he's on that trajectory. And it's interesting to see if he carries on. It's going to be beautiful football. Yeah.
It is. I won't read this one out. I'll just put it up there for people to look at.
Chris, you've stitched Wayne up a good one there with your jokes, haven't you? He's going to get this all the time now.
I'm saying nothing but fair play. No, look, fair play to Monga.
How does Michael know that I'm cutting some onions on the pod?
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is it? But yeah, Tom, I mean, fair play to Monga. He was head and shoulders above anybody in that first half. I think it was number 17 for ZTE. He was being ripped to good one, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, mate. Yeah, I mean, like I say, he's naturally just got an ability as a footballer, which is head and shoulders above anyone else who's played the game 10 years longer than him. It seems he's just. I mean, when other teams cotton on to how good he is, we're going to have a big problem if they haven't already, right? Because he is incredibly good. And I think that, like I say, the challenge and the question from that comes: has he worked himself into a starting place, Chris? Because I just look at him and go, okay, he's 16, fine. That's young. A big injury will be bad for him at this time. But how can you not pick the best player? And he is right now, for my money, because Fataru's not fully fit yet, we haven't really seen, he's probably the best player in the entire team right now, including the first team and the academy. So that is the biggest question now for Marti, as to how much we rely on him next season and his development and how that coincides, right?
I mean, I couldn't agree more. I mean, they say, don't they, Jim? If you're good enough, you're old enough. He's 16 now. According to our new Labour government, that's going to make him old enough to vote. He can be a dad. He can't smoke and he can't drink, but that's just by the by. But why not let him? I mean, when you come to think, and we'll come on to Mavididi and Fatawu when we look at the second half, but you've got Mavididi, you've got Fatawu who's back, and wasn't it great to see him back on the pitch again? And then you've got McAteer and you've got Monga. We do not need any wingers, do we?
No, absolutely not. Last week, I was so impressed with Monga. I talked to the three of you and I said, what do we do to just keep him in and start him? And you said his age was a concern, but I totally agree with Tom. He needs to be out there. He's going to be trouble for every team that we play. Now, granted, they will realize he's a young kid, but I don't think he'll be phased. We don't want an injury, that's for sure. But his confidence is sky high. And I see the new manager working with him to your point, Tom, is look up, and the rest of the players need to get there. He can't just do 1v1 all the time. But when he does, he just makes the defender look silly. Definitely he needs to be starting. And then you got McAteer, who looked great on the other side. Very active. I mean, if I had a man of the match in that first half, certainly Manga was there, but McAteer was right behind him. I thought he played very well.
Yeah, I mean, Wayne, he's probably not going to play 46 plus games. He can't do, because he's going to go through can't leave school till he's 18 these days, can they? But you'll remember when you could leave at 15. But he's got to be eased in. But if he's a starter, he's a starter. But when you got 4 players like that you can switch and swap, and I complained about Mavididi that when he tried 2 or 3 things, but then he had to try the 4th and 5th, and he'd end up losing the ball. Fairness to Monga, and let's take the opposition into account, but he was still trying the 3rd and 4th thing, but he wasn't losing the ball. You're on mute, mate.
What was the question? Sorry, I'm looking after the dog. So
I can't. What was the question I asked him? Oh no, my complaint with Mavididi was that he would have to do that one step over too many, and 9 times out of 10 he lost the ball. Where he was holding on to that ball, Monga. He wasn't losing it. He had 2 or 3 players, and had that referee been more on the ball in that first half, no pun intended, he'd have got more free kicks.
Yeah, he was getting fouled. I mean, you imagine like the coach of that team saying, "I've got a really important job for you to do. You're marking Monga."
Yes.
You go, "Oh my God, I should have had more Weetabix." But yeah, he should have had more fouls. What I like about Monga is he's got an end product, and that end product might be after he's dribbled past 2 people. But Mavididi, Kate and Craig going down there, the matches are saying, doesn't track back enough, and he doesn't. I just think he does lack belief, which is not 17, 18. How's Mavididi now? 20, something like that. So he should have developed by now, and he could be another Damari Gray, to be honest, if he's not careful. Yeah, but Monga, end product, plays the ball simple. He tackles as well. He's really tenacious in getting the ball back. He'll help out. He'll have a breather. He's just a perfect player. You imagine playing around somebody like that. He'd make you look a lot better. We could play next to him and it'd make us all look better.
Well, I maybe wouldn't go quite that far, but I know what you mean. But yeah, I mean, he's going to have to watch himself. And look, we know how good Mavididi is at this level. And we know how, at the championship level, the same with Fatawu, they tore a good one. And I said I was disappointed that I didn't see those 2 with El Canouse as that 3. I would have loved to have seen how they all played together. But look, I mean, it was Monga's first half. I'm just looking at that team that started the first half. We had a couple of queries about it. I mean, Zalaegerszeg, let's be honest with you, Tom. He won't have an easier game, will he? He made a couple of saves when necessary. Came out for one in the second half, but he was a passenger, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's kind of the way you want it, really, don't you? You want him to have as little to do as possible. When he does need to do something, he needs to save it. And I'll give him credit today. That was like one-on-one chance, which, it's a one-on-one chance, but he made it look remarkably easy, Chris, didn't he, actually, that one-on-one save he made?
He was alert.
He was alert, exactly.
Alert.
Yeah, so I think he's looking utterly fine. He's growing in confidence game by game. You can see that. I think he looks more assured every time he pulls on a Leicester shirt. So yeah, I think for that first team in the first bit, there was more positives to draw out that group than usual, which I will put down to the manager and the systems that he's trying to install. So I think good step forward there. I still think 1 or 2 of them will probably leave, and it still might benefit us financially for that to happen as well. But better from them at least, right?
Yeah. Looking at that defence, I mean, I moaned when I saw it. I'm not going to lie. Jim. But a back four of Wout Faes, Connor Cody, Luke Thomas, and who was the other one that was in defence? Hamza Chowdhury. Yeah. So Hamza, who's obviously he's played right back. He did a lot of that under Brendan Rodgers, and he is very much a utility player. I have to say that none of them particularly looked out of place. Now, my best friend, I would have been was expecting him to fall flat. Good boy. Yes, you played well. Yeah, Daddy was very happy with you.
Looks like you needed game plans.
You wait till Monday nights, guys. You wait till Monday night.
I wish you were the manager who wouldn't phase, mate. Honestly, he'd love you, wouldn't he, stroking his head to make him play better?
As long as his head. It's his
what
head.
Would you use as a prop if there was a bold player on the team, Chris?
Can I just say, actually, just to sidetrack a minute, when we had Cambiasso, and I went to watch one of the first games, and we'd obviously just signed him, big news because of who he was. And there's a guy selling those bold things you could put on your head to make you look bold. Fucking useless they were. You didn't look bold, you looked stupid. But somewhere I've got a picture of me and my son wearing them. But Jim, they did the job all right, didn't they? And even Faes. And I think if you can't find anything wrong with a player, I think, to me, that means they had a decent game because you didn't have to pick them out and moan about them.
Right. And I think fundamentally you're correct, but I'll do a little devil's advocate. The ball wasn't on our side much at all. Like you said, Zalaegerszeg didn't have anything to do. It hardly got back there. I just wrote down they were quiet, but they didn't do anything wrong, okay? There were no stupid passes. There were no lapses. There were no not cover a guy breaking to the net because there wasn't any. So fundamentally, I'm good with it. Like Tom said, if they don't have any action, then we're doing something good on the other side. But no, it was – I know I heard you groaning when the game started and you realized that Wout Faes was in there. I heard that groan. But I think one bad pass by Thomas, everything else, it was clean as can be.
How very dare you, sir? I don't think I was like that.
He's not lying, though, is he?
Can you imagine someone who just turned on this post-match and saw you sitting there stroking somebody's head? I mean, what are they thinking? What are they thinking?
I need to have a shave down there. I need to start doing some manscaping, don't I? But again, let me play devil's advocate to your devil's advocate then, Jim. Yes, they didn't have much to do, but then it's very easy, same as the goalkeeper, it's very easy to turn off. So when they were called into action, they did what was necessary. I mean, Wout Faes, one of the best things he did was not to touch the ball, but he just got in front of one of their, I mean that sarcastically, but no, he got in front of the player and was able to let it go out for a goal kick. Last season they'd probably put it in his own net. So the fact that they were on top of it enough to still, be alert when they needed to be, I think says a lot for them.
I agree, and I think just to finish that, remember they're also fighting for playing time.
Yes.
So I think they were aware, alert, and when they needed, they did what they needed to do.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing, not at you. I'm just laughing at Prashant. I thought you were having a heart attack. Going like that. Wayne, this was something that Tom brought up pre-match, and that was Winks and Skip. Now, how do you think they played together? Tom wasn't overly impressed with Skip. He's been sick there, I think.
No.
Now, Tom. Now. I've been very complimentary of Faes. You can do this. You can give Skip a little bit. But sorry, Wayne, do carry on, mate.
No, I'm not having that. I'm not having that, Tom. Not having that at all. No, Skip they played together twice in the centre of midfield. Yeah, like you and the guys, when we saw the lineup, I'm thinking, oh my God, safe. But I do think, he's got to try everybody, and this is the second time they played together, and they are wasted and skipping. Even Winks was doing things like, somebody had the ball on the left, and he was in between two. He ran in between two players to receive the ball. It's too backward for me. Too backward. You only need one of those. And even Winks, I'm 50-50 on Winks. Even look, everybody in the Championship can look brilliant. Even Skip can look brilliant. But you want to try and build something for the future. And I just don't like them two together. There's no need. We've got players that can do those things, younger players, and I'd rather just give them the chance.
I get what you're saying.
If we get some money for it as well, that's the other important thing. If we can get money for any of these players, then...
Well, Winks has only got a season to go, so if we don't get any money for him, it's either extend or let it run out, and we'd probably let it run out because the money is on 75 grand a week or whatever. Skip's got another couple of years at the end of this. Like you said, though, Wayne, we haven't seen an awful lot of them actually together, because when they were played last season, it was either one or the other. They're both defensive midfielders, which is why they're in that role. When I've seen Winks playing on his own, when I've seen Skip playing on his own, certainly in that half against, or the 45 minutes he played against Leuven, he was getting forward. But there's no point in you having two defensive midfielders that both go forward, because that it defeats the object. You're leaving it open. Out of the two, and like I said before, we know Winks can score a goal. As I said, look at the one he got against QPR last season. He's the more likely to want to go forward. So Skip is there just holding back. You can't say there's no point. How often did we say last season Soumare and Ndidi were getting in each other's way? On most games when they played together. I don't think those two got in each other's way today. And I want to see the young players, but the young players we have to accept are not going to play 46 games and maybe 10 or so cup games as well. So we've got to have some senior players in there. And maybe for the big games, that they could be the two. I was impressed with them both. I think they worked well together for me. Tom, moving up, we had Casey McAteer, we had El Canouse, and we had somebody else, Jeremy Monga, of course. Now, Monga, sorry, I was only joking there. Monga, obviously we've spoken about Monga, but as a three, what did you think of them?
Yeah, fine. I think they're great. I think McAteer is a slightly different option on the wing than what the others offer, actually. I think he's a bit more likely to come inside and do some really, good stuff with the ball. I was quite happy with it, Chris. I think El Canouse obviously spread the ball nicely as well, like he's known for. Ran around, got around the pitch everywhere as well. It's a day where I've looked at that first lot and gone, if that was the first team that he's ever going to pick for Leicester, it immediately filled me with dread. But after 45 minutes, I went, okay, it's better than what I was, thinking about last year. And there was a great comment before about this, like Rude seemed to destroy their confidence or whatever. The management wasn't right. They look a lot better just having a manager of, Marti's vein in charge now. So, yeah, I think a lot better from them. And I'm happy for if we do get stuck with one or two of them, say stuck with these guys we'd like to keep, actually. I'm talking about the other team, really. Then we can work and we can turn this now into like a real nice chicken soup for being a really poor chicken broth last year. Good quote.
Sorry, I just kicked my head round your chicken quote there. But yes, you're quite right. And we we don't know who we're going to lose. We don't want to lose El Canouse. We don't want to lose. Hey, Clibbo, how you doing, mate? We don't want to lose El Canouse. We want to lose Dakova Reed. Who's going to come in for Dakova Reed? Sweet Fanny Adams. Who's going to come in for El Canouse? Well, apparently everybody in the dog is at the moment. But yeah, they all. I mean, we know that Monga had a great half. Jim, you've drawn the short straw. Daka up front. What did you think?
I actually thought he was more active today than I've seen him. I really did. I think he still missed a couple chances, but he was very active. I like the way they were linking up, the players up top. When you talk about McAteer, El Canoes feeding the ball, Manga, if he can draw the defenders towards him, there's somebody. I think Dak will look better today than I've seen in a long time. So maybe it's the new manager. Maybe it's the attacking football. Maybe he just heard a lot of our post matches talking about him, and he wants to prove us wrong. But he did look very active today.
And I've got to say, look, everybody, the line's been drawn in the sand. We have to look at everybody and give them a fresh start with the fresh manager. Vestergaard, he was on his way out until Enzo came in and turned him into. Although, having said that, if Cody had been fit, we would never have seen that. I always go, along with Vardy as well and Daka last season, you could say at half time, I've not heard them mentioned. Was Vardy on the pitch? I've forgotten, And yet, Daka, it was like, Daka's making the run through. He's got things to still build on, but we've got to look at where we finished last season. And like I say, I know it's a pre-season friendly, and I know it's against, Hungarian. Although they were top 10 in Hungary, in fairness. I mean, yes, there's only 12 teams in the league, but they were still top 10. They finished 10th and avoided relegation. But it's going the right way.
Yeah.
And Wayne, would you agree with that?
Yeah, look, to be honest, I'm not a big fan of keeping players for 3 years and they're not proven. That you wouldn't get that in any other job role, like you're in sales. Even if you're producing things, it's a very unusual environment, football. And so what element of Daka's game was positive and what was negative? And there wasn't anything positive. He didn't have the intelligence in the box. His touch was really poor. He just flew off him. He was never in the right place at the right time, and he fell over a lot, basically, almost like Keystone Cops. He's a circus clown, but like some of the guys says, that he really had a good game today. Is it in around it? The one thing that somebody made in the comments in the watch-along was when we fought and got the ball in midfield, El Canoes got it, looked up, McAteer was already legging it down the wing. He punched the ball out to McAteer, played it across the box, and Daka was running at the back post, and the defender was trying to keep up with him. And it was like, to a decent striker, it was obvious that the defender was going to stop that ball. That's when somebody like Intelligent would stop and run in front of the defender, because he would have got it, he would have a shot on goal. And that's the thing that Daka lacks in the box. And whether Cifuentes can bring it along, I don't know. But the guy in the chat who said that earlier on, that was spot on. Did everything right. He just didn't. But that's the only negative, is intelligence in the box to finish and get a goal.
This is the thing, and as I say, starting from I said at half time, did I not, Tom, that if we played like that last season, I'm not saying we would have stayed up. I mean, let's be honest, but it might have been a lot bloody closer than it was. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm judging this, or that first half performance.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting, because this is going to maybe, in the best case scenario, Chris, give us the opportunity to have what we didn't get under Enzo. If we manage to make this work and we can get towards the top 2 places again this year, we don't know about points deductions, of course, but who knows what that's going to do. If we do take this team into the Premier League and play with this system, we're going to get to see what we didn't get to see last time. I do wonder if the quality level between the Championship and the Premier League is so great, as some people say all the time, that we are a very capable Championship team, even with this lot muddled together. But when it comes to the Premier League, with this higher press, would we get caught out by some real good international quality? That's the question, right? But like I say, I think it's the best idea for us to do this system, because it's the closest thing to what this group knows going back a couple of years. It seems to bring our best results out of it. And then we're going to see at that point, if we're lucky enough to get ourselves back promoted, what that looks like in the Premier League.
What irks me about that comment, and it's a very good comment, is on point. But what irks me is that if you just go back 4 seasons, I would look at this club, Tom, and think, yeah, we're a Premier League side.
Yeah, that is disappointing, Chris. I agree, because I look at this and I go, the reality is we've actually managed to regress some of our players to the point where they were that good and now they're not. And that is a reality of it. I mean, but then you've got to ask the question is, do we stick with them and try and make them the best versions of themselves they can be? Or do we want to sack off people like Sumari and Daka now and lose a lot of money? If they still got money on their deal, can we not make them look a bit better, perhaps? And maybe that's the encouraging sign today.
Yes, yeah. The thing I noticed about the second half, Jim, we'll move on to the second half now, was that we had a porn star in the chat. Brad's new name. I thought it was Blaze Gomer, but I think it was actually Blaze Gamer. I should have gone to Specsavers, which I did, but I don't know what that says to you. But, I mean, is that not a porn star name or what?
Well, put it this way. When you were talking, I had to message him and say, what's up with Blaze Gamer? He says that's what he uses when he does his gaming. And it was nice to hear him on there. And I'm not going to say it's not a porn name. I mean, we don't know that, but that'll come out.
Well, I'm sure it will come out. No, in fairness, I do know that we've kind of sort of taken a step back from LTIDT2. And Wayne, obviously, I always say bros before hoes, but Jess has come into his life and he's obviously spending a lot of time with her. And he does a lot of gaming. He always did do a lot of gaming. And he wanted to get that back onto his channel. And I said, that's fine. I just wasn't expecting that name. But look, second half, 10 changes. I did feel at the start of the second half that ZTE, I've got to say, for the first 10 minutes or so, looked the better team.
They did. They came out a little bit on the front foot. I think some of the players we had on the pitch at the time weren't really stepping up, and they came out to prove something. But I think the talent level quickly won over. They did come out quick, but I think as we started playing, Mavididi got involved and was very active up and down. And of course, the bald-headed phenom out there, Jordan Ayew, came through for us. But no, you're right the way they started, but I think we picked it up and showed we were the better squad.
And Jim, look, within 2 minutes in less than a minute, Vestergaard making his mark, getting a yellow card.
Yeah, I thought when that happened, oh, you're making yourself known to the new manager. Is this what he wants to see? You look like a lurch out there anyway, and now you're going out there just stumbling and bumbling and stepping on someone. Yeah.
Your thoughts, general thoughts on the team in the second half compared to the first half?
I thought there were some bright spots. I mean, I think, like I said, Mavididi looked good. Who else? Ayew looked good. The back line wasn't involved that much because the ball was down on the opponent's side. But I think with the mix and match of forward moving football, we're going to start seeing a lot of action with the Mavididis, Fatawus, of course, the McAteers and the Mangas. And I think we're going to get used to seeing that ball going forward. And that's real exciting. So I think this second team I think they just furthered bringing along what we saw in the first half.
Indeed. And Wayne, I mean, it was giving everybody a chance to play, but we didn't will when they did come at us, and we saw it so much last season, didn't we? Those first 10 minutes of the second half, we were always on eggshells because you knew that the opposition were more than likely going to score, whether we'd scored or not. So it was great to see that we could weather that storm and then go on and obviously, eventually win the game. But we didn't buckle under that pressure, did we?
No, we didn't. And I think that's the difference. I mean, last season, the last 3 games were woeful. We started off and thinking, oh, yeah, not too bad. And the last 3 pre-season matches, we're all thinking, oh, my God, what's the season going to be like? Just really good. I like Alves. I really like Alves his tighter. He still does too much, but he is able to come away with the ball, and he likes to drive forward, and he can slot a pass through. So I really like Alves. I liked how as well he changed the defence. Sometimes we only had two at the back, and both the fullbacks would press right far up. Sometimes it was a three. So it seems like there's a good flexibility in the side, which is, right in the first half. I'm just really excited with the fluidity of both the sides, really. Yeah.
There's a big word for Saturday afternoon, fluidity. Wayne thinks he's on countdown. Just put the just sorry. He wishes he was on countdown with Rachel Riley. I remember a few seasons ago when we were counting down to promotion, I did actually have every day the number of days until we were promoted or whatever, and I had Rachel Riley on, and everybody said, we don't want to get promoted, just carry on with the Rachel Riley. Rachel Riley is the co-host of a show called Countdown, Jim, and she's rather pretty. I think Sean Locke summed it up best, didn't he, for those that know. Well, look, I've managed to get the two teams up there. Tom knows it. AU was came on to corners. El Canoes in the first half, Tom. Look, we said AU, it was only one game, but my God, he can take a good corner, can't he? But I thought El Canoes did okay on corners. Apart from once, he always got it past the first man if he wasn't doing a short corner. But there was one corner in the 61st minute where AU took the ball, and how it did not go in and ended up going over, I do not know.
No, exactly, mate. AU has actually been a bit of a redemption arc story for me in this pre-season because he was one of the names on my list to go, I think it's time for him to leave the football club because he's going to cost a lot of money. But his corner ability is actually, it's better than El Canoes. It is better. So he's really made a mark for me this pre-season. And I think, also interestingly enough, mate, I think you were right about him maybe being a backup striker because he did look really effective today in that role. If you compare him to Daka, he was a lot better than Daka, wasn't he? The things you'd expect Daka to do, AU was doing, and he was naturally doing them. So I think, I think AU has really done a good job this pre-season of showing me that he's got a vested interest in being the best version of himself to really help the football club. So I think he's the one from this half I really took a lot from. I also controversially, Chris, to throw out there, I wasn't against JJ at left back. Because of the inversion, him coming inside into the middle, I thought he contributed very nicely into that role. I think last season he kind of got lost because he wasn't fully committed to it and got himself in trouble. But I think he did very well, honestly. So I think that's two surprises so far for me in pre-season, especially from this 45 minutes, mate.
Let me stick with you then, Tom. And I've got to say, I don't know what Jeff was going on about there, but he's been timed out, so he can go away and have a think about it.
He's making bad Epstein jokes, mate. It's probably not the time and place, really, but there you go.
No. Well, he's gone anyway. So if I'd known that, he would have gone permanently. But if he comes back in and carries on, he will be gone. But just going back on I forgot what point you were making then.
About Justin back.
Justin, yeah. Why were you surprised? Because Justin was that was his position he's played at apart from last season. The majority have.
Yeah, that is true, actually. Yeah, I mean, I suddenly realised I've got my right and left side mixed up there, didn't I, completely? So actually, I've completely dropped the bollock on that one. So my apologies, everyone. Got to own it. We all make mistakes in life. And I suddenly realised, hang on, I might as well have been looking at the pitch mirror. I'm getting the wrong sides. But
those bollocks were well and truly dropped, young man. Let me just say.
Mate,
I was trying to work out what you were saying.
Yeah.
The strange thing is, Jim, 67 minutes. So basically, it was 22 minutes they had on the pitch. Evans and Alves came off.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any playing time that they can only play so long with their age, but I think he definitely wanted to get Fatawu in there, and being able to get him in was a big confidence booster for him, for the rest of the squad. Glad with that gruesome injury that he can come back, and they could do it in a controlled environment against a lesser foe, if you will. So it gives him an opportunity to get out there, get some game legs, because he's still in the recovery. He's still not 100% fit, but it's probably a good substitution time.
I was just surprised that they weren't on at the start, and then maybe you could understand Fatawu starting the second half and then coming off, and excuse the helicopter that's going overhead at the moment. I think it's probably the air ambulance because we get a lot of that with the beaches down here. But Wayne, wasn't it nice to see Fatawu back again? First time since November that he has had any time. I was going to say on the grass, but whew. Time on the pitch. I mean,
isn't that where Bobby Overreed is right now?
Possibly. He's still in Jamaica. Man.
He's tending to his farms, isn't he, Chris?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic to see Fatawu on. It looks like he's come through. I've not seen anything, but it looks like he's come through without any knocks or anything. And yeah, I mean, not giving him the full 45 makes sense. I get that. Just felt a bit sorry for Alves and Evans, but I mean, he had a shot when he came inside, did what he always does, and shot straight at the goalkeeper. And as Ant said in the chat at the time, a fit Fatawu would have probably put that away. But come on, he's going to be ring rusty, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and I do like the substitutions, Chris, to be honest, because Fatawu, it's great seeing him back, as you said. But one thing Cifuentes said in that last interview, the 6-minute one on Leicester City channel, he did say, look, we're trying to we're trying to not get injuries at this moment, because not only for the team, but it would be devastating for the players, because he talks about these are not just players, these are human beings that we're dealing with here. So we've got to make sure they don't get injured, because especially coming back from injury. So you kind of get why he did it. And what's encouraging is the kids are still getting a chance. They're getting a full 45 minutes, they're getting 20 odd minutes. And Alves, I really do like.
I'll be back in a second.
All right, mate. Yeah, Alves, I really loved Alves. What he did, he got the ball in midfield. He got challenged. He came away with the ball. Played Matchday in to square the ball in, and the keeper made the double save, didn't he? So I really like Alves, but it was probably time to pull him off.
Sorry.
Yeah, I like.
Aren't you on the third floor, Chris? How did you manage to get the parcel through the window?
It was the police helicopter that came by.
You heard that, did you? Well, apparently they're all over town, so don't know what's happened. We're on the beach here, and obviously with people getting stuck at sea and what have you, quite often there's sort of an emergency, or if they're close to the beach, it lands on the beach and obviously then takes them to the nearest hospital. Apparently that's the police helicopter. But yeah, I'd got my window open. I was going to say, just put it down. Anyway, now I need a bloody signature. Bloody typical, isn't it? And no, I'm not doing an opening.
Oh, it's one of those packages, is it, Chris?
Oh, no, it's white. It's not brown. It's white. But right, where was I? Then, thank you for carrying on there, Wayne. But
Wayne
Tom,
had the greatest response ever to one of your questions, and you missed it. It was eloquent and spot on.
do you mean he actually answered one of my questions? I mean, that's a first. Yeah. I missed that. Bloody hell.
It was the most non-politician answer you've ever heard, as Jim said. The moment's gone, and that's it.
You missed it.
I will play it back, and then I will enjoy it at my own time. Tom, how do you say that you should be the number one striker without saying you should be the number one striker?
You go out there and get goals, Chris, when no one else is getting goals, right? And who's getting our goals this pre-season so far?
Yeah. I mean,
you're quite smug, mate, because you've been calling for this. This is like your redemption story yourself, because you've got a big platform here to talk about Leicester. And when we say things, guys, obviously we can sometimes get them wrong. But Chris has been saying controversially he wants Ayew as a striker.
I didn't realise until I looked into this that he is a striker, but his main position apparently is on the wing. But he's too old to be on the wing. No disrespect, look, none of us are spring chickens. But when you got the likes of Mongo and McAteer and Fatawu Mavididi, there's no comparison. But when you put him up front, and I'm not saying that I want him to be the main. I would like another striker to come in because I still have a big doubt about Daka. But for me, if he's up front, the ball's played through to him. What he does, a bit like Emil Heskey, he'll hold the ball up, and then you've got El Canoes, Mavadidi, Monga, whoever running up. We're giving him the speed. He plays it off, or he gets taken out and gets taken down. But when you look at that goal, and I didn't realise until I'd seen the replay, what a oh my God, here we go. For God's sake, Jeff, do us one and go and fuck off, will
Chris,
you?
just ban him because he's obviously got a parody account about something which is not really relevant to Leicester. Ban.
Yeah, no, he's been banned anyway. Now, I did say if he came back. So, I mean, when you look, he had 4 players around him, and it wasn't just a tap in. Oh, the police are back. It wasn't just a tap in. It was maybe I've got the files. Maybe. Sorry. Maybe. What was I going to say? No, he didn't just tap it in. He actually had 4 players around him, and you want to try and concentrate, Wayne, with a bloody police helicopter going over your head. But yeah,
I get what you're saying, Chris. It wasn't an easy. Yeah, it wasn't an easy opportunity, was it? I mean, the defence opened up for him and he took it with his experience, and that's the thing, experience, right? He is an experienced finisher when he gets an opportunity. Some of the best moves we had last year when we did manage to make a move, which was quite rare at times, were coming through Ayew. They were coming from his assist or his touch or all the rest of it. So, yeah, I think he's got a lot of value to add to that position. Interesting to see Evans on the right in this one as well, because I'm pretty sure he's meant to be a striker. So you can also consider maybe Evans or maybe Silko Thomas. Are they an attacking striker option for us? And maybe Ayew's the bit of experience alongside that? Possibly, but I agree with you. I still would like to see one more, but then maybe we've got to consider Daka being sold as well if this is not going to suit him in this system. He's probably not intelligent enough, with all due respect to him, in that way in football. He's a very instinctive player, Daka, but we don't play in a way which suits his instincts at all. So,
no.
And Ayew does like to get a shot off, which we liked about Tom Cannon. Yeah. Rather than fanning around, he'll swivel and turn and shot, and that is Ayew. That is Ayew. Yeah. And that is something that is important. Get half a chance, have a go.
The interesting thing, and it confused me for a bit before I realised what was going on, but the interesting thing, Jim, Pataru and Mavadidi kept swapping sides.
Yeah, I heard the TV announcer say that. Because when I saw them come in, I realized where they started off, and the next thing I know, they kept swapping. I don't know if the manager said, "Hey, I want to see you on either side," but certainly it was so good to see Fatawu out there, and Mavadidi looked really good, very active.
No, and he did. He did.
I know Blaze isn't with us, but what about Edouard as a striker? Is he still anywhere in the picture?
You do know he was only on loan, don't you?
Okay, he's gone. All right.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how serious you were being then. No, but talking of Brad Stroke Blaze, Wayne, talk to me about Samare.
Samare, look, will Cifuentes improve every player? Yeah, I think he will. Samare, not for me. Not for me. I'm just not a fan, even because Cifuentes likes playing fast, fluid football, and that was evident. And Samare, I can't see him fitting into that, to be honest. And I don't think he really did anything in this game to change my mind.
No, he gave the ball away a couple of times as well, didn't he?
I just think he's too slow. He thinks too slow. And you can't float around like a Rolls Royce in football, and that's one thing the young kids have shown. The young kids have shown if you do things quicker, things happen. If you run around more, the defence gets pulled around, and he's too static for me. He's always been too static. And 3 years, I'm firm believer in 3 years is more than long enough if you've not proved it in 3 years, it's worked at a club, you need to move on.
Yes, yeah. I think we'll get confidence from this game, but just going through this one, and we'll do it like we did in the first half. Tom, as you're up next, Ricardo, Okoli, Vestergaard, Justin. Give me your 4 out of the first half 4 and the second half 4.
It would be Ricardo and Justin definitely over Chowdhury and Thomas. I think Luke was okay, but I think he's got that calamity in his back pass, which none of the rest of them have, despite what we think of them. And then I'd probably go, actually, controversially, Chris, you're going to hate it, Okoli and Fies. I think Vestergaard gave a good account of himself, don't get me wrong, but I think, he's auditioned.
And we've heard enough of...
You didn't like what he said.
No. Nobody comes on and says that on my channel.
Because you get your wig on, Chris. Hey, look, I understand he's not a likable character. I get that. But technically, for the level we're at, he's already proven that he'll probably be okay. I wouldn't lose any tears if we sold him. That's fine. I mean, but I think Vestergaard, had a good account of himself from the attitude he showed today. I think that was very, very good. But realistically, is he going to be able to play the entire season and not get caught out once or twice because he's a bit slower? I think probably for me, mate, I would go with Justin, I'd go with Faze, I'd go with Okoli, and I'd go with Ricardo.
Yeah, I mean, I see where you're coming from. For me, it would probably be that second 4. That probably wouldn't be happy, wouldn't be unhappy with that. Stick Nelson in, obviously, of course.
Oh, yeah, he'd be my number 1.
Card, but he's injured, isn't he, allegedly? Yeah. Jim, Winks and Skip, Justin and Sumari as your 2 central defenders. Although you can put Ndidi in there as well.
Ndidi and Sumari.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I would have probably Winks and Ndidi. I liked what Tom or Wayne, one of them said earlier about Winks and Skip being sort of the same type player. And I think if Ndidi still has a little bit of game left in him like he had a few years ago, and then you had someone who can bring the ball up, which I think Winks is the better of the 2, I would go with Winks and Ndidi.
Woof. Okay. Now, I like the first half. I like Winks and Skip, to be honest with you. Especially as I think, indeed, I know what you're saying, but I think he might be leaving. But even so, I think he's just past his best now. Guys, just we'll come around to it with the 3 in the chat with me, but get your man of the match in. I know it's difficult with it being 2 halves, but I think I know where it's going to go. Wayne, McAteer, Elkanous, Monga, Evans, Alves, Mavididi. And Fatawu, of course, who came on.
I can choose 3 after those.
Yeah, the 3 that you want to.
Yeah, Monga.
Really?
Yeah, Monga.
No, I never expected that.
To be honest, I mean, on his upward trajectory, I'd say probably Alves. But I'd say McAteer. I like McAteer. I've always liked McAteer. He works so hard and he sprints back to tackle, and he does. If he's given the freedom, a lot of these players, if they're given the freedom and not system down, they are quite attacking players. And I think McAteer is more attacking. As Tom corrected me, and I keep mentioning it, he scored a great goal against Liverpool, just tore it straight up, broke in the box and shot and scored. He can get in the box and shoot, McAteer, and I think this season he could well hit double figures if he's played regular, McAteer. So, yeah, I love Alves, and I think he will develop. I'd say the first 3, McAteer, Elkanous and Monga.
And I've got to say with Fatawu as well, he actually was back defending as well, And like I'm not going to go Dakareyu, because I think we're all probably a little bit hoping that there'll be another name in there that we could probably pick from as well. Could it be Josh Windass, I wonder? I mean, if Steve Cooper was manager, maybe. I mean, I spoke to Tom about this earlier, so I'm going to come to very quickly to Jim and Wayne. Jim first. Josh Windass, he's walked away from Sheffield Wednesday, which was his right because he hadn't been paid for 2 months, and if you don't get that payment, you can walk away. So I don't blame him, because I don't think things are going to get, they're going to get worse before they get better for Sheffield Wednesday. And thoughts go out, obviously, to the fans as well. God knows what's happening with the manager. The manager went back because he thought the club was being sold, but the manager's job had already been given to his old assistant manager. So now you've got two managers. I mean, it's a mess. He's 31 years old. But last season, in an average Sheffield Wednesday side, he got 14 goals and 5 assists. He would be on a free. I do not think that he would be on a huge wage. Well, he's on no wage packet at the moment, let's be honest with you, so anything would be an improvement for him. Sorry if you're watching, Josh. But do you not think, is he worth a punt? Yes, he's 31, but for a year, 2 at max, I'd still want another younger striker in. But if we're going to lose Daka, which we're hoping, and possibly even Ayew, because he's in his last year, would you take a punt on him, Jim?
I think I would. I mean, he's had success last year. Would you say 14 goals? It's a position we know we haven't figured out. Well, since Vardy left, but even when Vardy was out, or when they had to fill in for Vardy, we've never filled that position. So, yeah, he's proven he can put the ball in the back of the net. We know we probably would take a flyer on him over Daka. So, yeah, I would say so.
I mean, Daka had the chance, Wayne, last time we were in the Championship. He didn't do anything. Sorry?
Wayne says 3 years. He's had 3 years.
But no, you've got Daka, who can't do it anyway. And if he was going to do it in any way, he was going to do it in the Championship, and he didn't. We saw that, and that was under a good manager with Enzo. Windass has done it in the Championship. Would you take a punt?
It depends if Cifuentes. Would I take if we got nobody else at this moment?
Politician's back. The politician's back. Welcome back.
No, with our current lineup, I would, yes, because he's proven to do it in the Championship. But I would hope that we would go for a up and coming 25-year-old striker. It depends if we sell, doesn't it? But Dorco in that chat, Chris, what's Dorco saying there? Monger is a showroom dribbler, no product. I mean, that's
Dorco, I mean, you're taking your life in your own hands there, Dorco.
Yeah. So I do think, I mean, was that only one season he's had a really good season, though? I don't think he's done too good in his previous seasons, has he? I don't think.
No.
So, I mean, there's talk about him going up to the Premier League if one of the promoted. I can't see him playing in the Premier League, so.
No. I would totally, and I think Tom was the same at half. We spoke beforehand, before the game, that why not give him a punt? He's
clever in the box. He's definitely clever in the box.
Well, that's the thing. He's a good old-fashioned target man as well, I think, if I'm getting my details right. Again, to be fairness, though, I could be thinking about his dad again. So, who nearly came to Leicester? Dean Windass. He was on the verge of coming to Leicester. He'd actually brought his son, whom I think was Josh. He'd actually bought him a Leicester shirt, and we didn't sign him.
That's almost an omen. That's an omen, Chris, isn't it? Maybe he was meant to end up here.
It was meant to be. But no, look, we haven't got a transfer ban at the moment. We haven't got a. We've got to sell before we can buy. So there's no money there to go out and buy anybody. Who's going to come in for Daka? I doubt many, unless he goes abroad. Ayew, who's going to come in for Ayew? Who's going to come in for Dakova Reed? Nobody. Evans and, yes, you're right, you've got the likes of McAteer, Fatawu, Mavididi, Monga, who can chip in with goals. But you still need a striker that can score your goals. With the financial position we are in, don't sign him for 3 years, 4 years. Give him a couple of years, maybe to be the starter or maybe as a backup striker, and then let him go maybe in a couple of years, or starting this season as the starter and then move him down to a backup striker if we bring somebody else in. That's my opinion, and it's my channel. I'm unanimous. Right, here we go. Very, very quickly, guys, there's 25 of you in. I've got no man of the match at the moment, so none of you thought any player was good enough for man of the match. What I just want to tell you is a couple of things that are coming up. We're doing this on Monday night, Talking Balls, late night edition. Myself, Tom, Reese and Clibo. It's going to start talking about football. God knows where it will end up. If it's anything like... Well, we're actually going to start off where Late Night Leicester finished on blue tinted glasses, and that's an argument about Christensen and Thomas about who's the best. So we're going to start with that and just see where it goes. And then tomorrow at 12 lunchtime, you know the film Cheaper by the Dozen? This is better by the dozen. The Leicestershire Live put up 12 young players that could make a breakthrough under Cifuentes. We will be assessing it, and then that again is Reese and me. Very, very quickly, one player. Let's start with Wayne because we know where he's going to go. Man of the match for you?
Faz.
Seriously, I want your man of the match.
Jeremy Mongo.
Yes. I didn't kick you out because for a moment I thought, do I hold him to that? And you will be forever known. No, because what I was going to do, Tom, I was going to let it be forever known that he'd picked Wout Faes as his man of the match.
Clip it.
Jim.
Well, I know you hate when we all have to agree on the same name. And I do think Manga had a great match, but I'm going to go with Jordan Ayew. I think from the goal scoring, the dribbling in the box, the not afraid to rip the shot off. And as we talked earlier, I think he did really good with corners. So I think, as I remember we talked last week, and I said what I like so much about him is his experience. And it's showing in these little areas we just talked about. So Jordan Ayew.
Yeah. Tom?
Yeah, I'm a Jordan Ayew guy today because realistically we played some nice football at the top, Chris, but who actually scored a goal today? Jordan Ayew. That's what we need, really.
Yes. I think I will agree with Ayew. Sorry. Monga had a very, very good game, but it was just the goal. I think the thing that I'm going to say, which is amazing, is that I couldn't pick a donkey of the match. You know, last season, every week we had a donkey. Who was shit. I mean, most of the time, of course, it was Faes. But
Simari missed an open goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it was all right. I'm comparing this to how they were last season. It was still a little bit. So I'm going to go with Ayew as well. But before we go, as we always do, we're going to come in and go to my partner in pink for his 3 things he learned today.
3 things we learned today. First of all, we found out that the pool police finally found Chris. I don't know what took him so long. I don't know it was because you were talking about grass and Viagra in the same podcast. I don't know.
I think he was harassing seagulls out of his window. I could hear them in the background going. So I think they were after him.
Believe you me, I'd bloody harass them. Yes.
So that's one. Number 2, we enjoyed talking about positives in a post-match. I know all 4 of us really, there was no negative. So that was good. And the last thing, we're all excited about attacking football. This is just a little tidbit. Let's see if he continues in the next week's training, and we'll see what happens at 5:30 my time next weekend. So
let's just remember that this is one game. It's a pre-season. He's not Jesus Christ. He is a very naughty boy, but he's not Jesus Christ. So let's enjoy the moment, but let's not get let's not get too excited, eh?
If you
And
wanna be
because
cheered up
I
more-
haven't. Sorry?
I was going to say, if you want to be cheered up more, check out Coventry's pre-season so far, guys, and have a look at theirs, and then you'll be even happier. But anyway, Chris, back to you.
Are they struggling? Are they struggling?
Oh, they lost 5-0 to a pub team, so that's pretty good.
Oh, that's okay.
And then
Well,
yeah.
I have got some very exclusive news here because I have got a video of Wayne being interviewed when he was asked about Jeremy Munger. Look,
I wish we could use Careless Whisper for that, but we'll get in trouble, won't we?
Even the music.
Yes. I think I can get away with that one. It actually came. I think it might have been with Careless Whisper, but I couldn't use that anyway. I'm going to do it again because I didn't get enough chance to do it last season.
Oh, God. Oh, I'll have what she's having.
Hopefully, we'll be listening to that a lot more in the upcoming season. But I'm going to leave you with this one because it is time to go. Tom, thank you very much, sir. I will see you tomorrow night at 9. Jim, I won't expect you to pop on next week. Obviously, guys are working, so I'll send a message out about the watch along. But obviously, it's 10:30, so I get it that people won't always be able to do it. And again, with Wayne, thank you very much for joining us as well. And I've just got to say, it's the end of the show. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you. And I will see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock lunchtime. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.